So, Asha Sharma interview. Lots of things to talk about. Let's go, baby. Ah.
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Crazy Lou's here, got something to say. Good morning, gamers, rise and shine. It's time to play, let's have a good time. Morning, gaming community. With Crazy Lou, it's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free. In the world of games, we're just meant to be. Brothers coming and eat a scene. Crazy Lou is ready, it's a gaming scene. Fernie's training people where skin. All recent gaming go race and pay top mean. Good morning, Dom and Louie. It's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free.
Initiating launch sequence.
Let's begin. This thing start again? How come it always does this? Like every time I click on another window, it always like the intro's playing again. Why? I don't know if it plays again for you guys, but it's playing again for me though. Okay. Intro's not playing again anymore. Good. All right. Good morning, everybody. Also, afternoon and evening, the crazy one. Wishing you a beautiful and awesome Friday. Chat. Beautiful day today. Why not? It's beautiful. Why do I say it's beautiful? We have a deadline, chat. We have a deadline. 100 days. 100 days, chat. We have a deadline and it is 100 days. We're going to hit that reset button. Uh-oh. What does she mean by that reset button? But look, lots of things have been said in that interview. We found out that there are a billion Xbox gamers that play Xbox over the year. That is a big number. And now the camera got busted. Now I gotta turn off the camera, reset the camera. Hold up, chat. It got busted. You know how it is. Let me just unplug this sucker. Oh. Yep. It's gone nuts. It's gone crazy than me. All right. Plug it in. Can you guys still hear me? Can you guys still hear the crazy one? Yes, you guys can. All right. So let me go real quick down the list and say good morning to everyone here. All right. We have in the building Chill Walker who says good morning. Tim the Sorcerer. Happy Friday, everyone. What's up, Tim? How you doing, man? Good morning, my friend. Survey. What's up, Survey? So it's official. Ash is taking the same exact approach as Phil when it comes to exclusives. I got a question. Is it the wrong approach or is it a good approach? Okay, the camera's still off. Chat, let me sign off and come back in. Give me 1 second. Hold up. I will be right back. Because the camera ain't, let me see if it turns on. Hold up. Nope. It ain't. Okay, let me see if I can do the settings thing. Okay, let me see. Perfect. Okay, I'm back. We're good. I don't have to sign out. All right, good. All right, we're good. Front camera's finally working. So the question is that a good strategy or is it not? That is the question we have to sit here and ask ourselves all the time. In case by case basis for each game seems to be right to them. I like to answer when they ask about competition in Nintendo and PlayStation, others, and she said attention. Yep, that's true though. 100% correct with that answer too. I guess Forza helped the Xbox sell a few consoles in UK. How many that is, who knows? I'm guessing a couple thousand. I'll tell you what helped Forza in the UK, and I'll tell you straightforward what really helped those consoles being sold. It's called marketing. Marketing was the thing that pushed it. Marketing was the thing because remember one thing, guys. Because I just love how, the man Dream went out there, right, and said a couple things. I guess exclusives are really helping. My friend, you know what Xbox did? They pushed the box with the game and said, hey, yo, listen, we got this here. How do I know this? Because, hey, every time I turn on that Fire Stick, the first thing that pops in my face, Forza. Every time I go to the other room, the first thing that pops in my face, Forza. And every time I sit in the toilet, the first thing that pops in my face, Forza. That's what I wanted Xbox to do. And I love that commercial. Remember that commercial that happened a couple months ago? Right before Forza launch, you got the dude from over there from Fast and the Furious driving around. He had an Xbox strapped to a seatbelt. And they were showing you that Xbox being strapped on there while it was doing the drifts and having some fun. Yeah, that's what we want to see, baby. That's what we want to see, right, chat? That's what we want to see. So, all right, let's keep it going. Talos, the man with the red bus of Talos. Good morning, Tim, the sorcerer. Hello. Why so serious? How you doing? Why so serious? What's the latest gossip? I heard they're taking jabs out there. Drake Williams, good morning. We hear you. Yes, she does hear you. 100%. I wouldn't mess around with her. Lamont Davis, good morning. Meet the Cheater, good morning. Apex NYC, good morning. Man, V Vanisher, good morning. Let me see who else is in here. Hard Dust, good morning. And, of course, BB, I got a girlfriend, Money B. What's up, man? Good morning to you, sir. Like I was saying, though, this lady ain't fucking around. She said loud and clear, I want to become #1 in gaming. So let's tackle down everything that was said in that interview. She talked about a lot of things. And one of the answers I really loved in that interview was, like, when they asked her, what was, like, the most uncomfortable thing you ever saw? She said it loud and clear. Prices. Uh-oh. McFig, good morning, my brother. She said prices, chat. Prices. That is the most scariest, like, uncomfortable thing she could ever see on there was the damn pricing. Pricing on the box. What are we going to do? Are we going to innovate? How are we going to get, the boxes out there? How are we going to sell this stuff? Man, oh man. And like I said, chat, we have a deadline. 100 days, she's going to push the reset button. Maybe in 100 days, we're going to see the next, console, which will be the Helix. Maybe in 100 days. So let's see, the 100 days from now, let me see, 2, 3, 4, between October and November, probably so we're going to start seeing those 100 days go by and see what the reset button is. So it's going to be interesting to see that when it does happen. Let's see, though. I also love her answer, the price of hardware isn't that answer. Raising the price of hardware isn't the answer, and they need to be more innovative on how to deal with pricing. 100%. I agree with her right there when she did say that. And like I said, one thing I love about the interview is how sharp she was and how, spot on with the answers. There's some stuff we just did not know. Like I said, we have 1 billion Xbox gamers that play yearly on Xbox. And I love how she grabbed and referred Windows and everything that's around it and called it Xbox. She did not separate nothing, anything. She just said Xbox. I love how she did that. I love how she went out there and spot on with everything that she said. And I know a lot of people were confused about the problem when it comes down to exclusives. So here's the thing, though, Chan. She said something loud and clear. We're the second highest publisher there is out there. Louis, did you play The Last of Us DLC, Ellie? I Got a Girlfriend? Is that the one where she goes out there and falls in love with the... I think I did play. I don't know. Man, I don't know why it's so serious. Because the last time I played Last of Us was in 2015. That's when I played The Last of Us, the first one. I did not play the remaster. I don't care to play the remaster because for what? Going through that thing again? Then we had the TV show, which literally showed you the whole, Last of Us, the first, game. So I don't have to play that game for quite some time, though. But like I was saying, now it comes to we sit down and we talk about the term exclusives. What she said was the correct answer or not. So I understand that they're the second biggest publisher. And there's going to be a lot of games you cannot sit there and say, okay, we're going to make this exclusive. Because here's the thing, though, Chad. You guys need to understand something. Money is key, right? In order for us to survive, in order for us Xbox to live, in order for Xbox to keep on going, it has to have money. Not fanboy conversations. Not, oh, exclusive this, exclusive that. No. Key is money. So, what I mean by key is money is that there's going to be tons of games that she's going to have to throw out there and say, look, here's a game that goes over there, here's a game that doesn't, here's a game that goes over here, there, here, there. You know, she's going to have to decide what to keep exclusive and what needs to be thrown out there. For example, you got your Diablo, that needs to be thrown everywhere. You got your Call of Duty, your Fallout 76, your Elder Scrolls Online. You got tons of games out there that need to be here, there, you know, stuff like that. Now, exclusives though, take for example, because Matthew Ball put out a big hint. He said Halo. After she talked about exclusives, all of a sudden we saw the image of Halo, and I was like, whoa, does that mean that they're not gonna send Halo to PS5? That's what I thought. The very first thing I thought was that. But then I came back to my senses and I said this, wait, she gave us a deadline in 100 days. So what's going to happen between now and the 100 days though? I mean, like I said, will Halo come back to being exclusive? You know, or they're going to throw the Halo remake out there? I don't know, because they announced it. I just don't know, and I'm not going to be too hype about it, because here's the thing though. Now I have a deadline. So when I see this showcase this weekend, this Sunday, which, guys, just to let y'all know here live, we're going to go watch it. I'm going to go be hanging out with Plume that Sunday, because he asked me last week if I was going to do a show. And I said, Plume, listen, it's been a while. Let's go hang out. I'm going to your show. So I'm going to go watch the Xbox Fan Fest with Plume on the Plume Network on his YouTube channel. Just to let y'all know that. But today, chat, if I have the time, I will stream the Summer Game Fest. I got lots of things to do this afternoon just to get everything covered. So that way when I get this thing done this afternoon, because tomorrow I got a first communion I got to go to. That literally takes half the day. And so I got to get things done before that first communion, because, man, oh, man, Sunday I want to have my schedule clean, free, and I want to sit down and enjoy this showcase. This Sunday, I won't be looking at logos. I won't be looking at none of that stuff. What I'm going to look at is the games that are going to come out. That's what I'm going to be looking at. That's what I'm hyped for. I want to see what they're going to cook. I want to see what they're going to show. I want to see everything that happens in that showcase. That's what I want to see. Logos, I know they're going to be shown in this showcase. I know something's going to happen. Now they take it off. Cool. If they don't, cool too. But I'm just going to be there to watch the games and watch everything that's going to come out, everything that's going to be shown, and just enjoy my games. Now, after the 100 days though, and you guys press that reset button, I'll be looking at logos. After that, since you finally gave me a deadline, because All right, chat, I'm back. I'm sorry. Power went out. Usually happens here, no matter what you do. I mean, shit, electricity is expensive. You guys are always shutting down the damn power. And it's been like this last couple of days because we're in summertime. The heat is here, and with the heat though, they gotta. I don't understand though. All right, let me pause this over here on the cell phone because I'm hearing myself and I have to jump into the cell phone to talk to you guys and say, hold up, we're right back. So like I was saying though, chat, loud and clear. This Sunday, I'm gonna watch the showcase. I'm going to enjoy the showcase. I'm going to have my fun. I'm gonna watch the games and not be looking at these logos or anything these guys are gonna do this weekend. Because like I said, and she said something loud and clear 3 months ago, the plan is the plan until it's not the plan. So, let's keep it going, chat. Bobby shutting down the power. Yes, I think it was Bobby. Bobby probably mad because he did not like that Asha Sharma interview. He got furious. Sorry, I can't make it. I got a girlfriend. Can't wait to Gears of War showcase. 100%. He shouldn't have been talking shit. Who shouldn't have not been talking shit though? What we talking about? Ayo, Ray, what's up, Ray? How you doing, man? Good morning. Good old Ray. Hello, Ray. Safa, what are you talking about though? Laugh out loud. I rewatched Gears of War E-Day trailer. You did? Nice. I love this weekend. Went to E3 2009 with the press card. And it was not press. Was awesome. And so, Gio, what do you mean by that, though? So, let me see. Pang 9113. Hello. Let's see, though. Unforgivable. Laugh out loud. Bobby shutting down the power. I like Killer Instinct 2 to show, but fat chance. Look, guys. Listen. Matt Booty said there's 40 projects in there. I guess they're going to announce probably something new. I don't know what's going to happen in that showcase. All I know is one thing. I am going to enjoy it. I'm going to have some fun with it. And that's it. I know people are looking at logos, worried about the whole thing what's going to go third party, was not. And I got to say something about that. I'm not going to worry about that anymore because, like I said, 100 days, there's going to be a reset button. Now, should we be scared of the reset button? What's going to happen? Is Game Pass going to be affected? Are we going to go into a situation? Because I know there's going to be plenty of conversations out there when it comes down to this. And all I know is one thing, though. Whatever happens, though, I hope to see the reset button comes down to the console pricing. And I hope the reset button comes down to get things better for us, to sit here and enjoy and have some fun. That's what I want to see. Reset. But don't kill the good stuff. Right, chat? That's what I want to see, though. All right, I went to 2006, a member of the press, and it was fun. Nice. Lord, you're going to celebrate with some drinks? I don't think we're going to celebrate with some drinks, though. Louis Park got cut off from Asha. Now, why would Asha shut down my power, though? I mean, here's what's funny, though. I guess when I sit down and look at things, I guess I'm like the only guy out there who has not tagged Asha and ranted about something, though. I guess I haven't done that. Have I on Twitter? I don't think I've done that, though. No. I don't think I've gone out there and tagged Asha or said anything to Asha like, look, Asha, you best do. Man, I let people sit down and learn. I let people sit down and reach. I let people sit down and do what they got to do. That's what I do. I'm not going to go out there and tag a person who's going to be busy or go out there and complain about logos or go out there and point things out. I mean, seriously, she's got so much on her plate. But like I said, though, if you guys got to talk to her. She'll listen. And she says loud and clear, hear you. And that's the scary part, though, because he's out there watching everything. And not only that, her team is out here watching everything that's going to be said. Because if there's some misinformation being spread, they're going to slap it all over the place. Haven't you guys noticed that after Mr. Nib came out and did some misinformation about Xbox, the chips and everything, and just running something down, have you noticed that nobody's out here misinforming? They're controlling a little bit what they say out there. But yeah, solid interview, man. I really loved it. I really love how she was sharp. I really love how she was there and telling us, hey, look, we're going to make some changes. We have to get things well. And I love the area when she sat there and she explained the whole situation with exclusives and with third-party games. I know it's pretty much the same PR talk as Phil Spencer. A lot of people saw this and pretty much saw the PR talk with this. But she mentions exclusive content and services. And I said, what do you mean by exclusive content and services, though? New prototype of Crackdown. I don't want no damn Crackdown. Listen, out of all the games, though, bury Crackdown for a while. I do not need Crackdown. Crackdown was the last one. Yo, no, we do not need another Crackdown. No. We do not need a Crackdown. So, key things when it came down to the exclusive content and services, though, right? I said, Asha, what are you aiming for here? Because I remember yesterday when I was talking to New Legal, because, you know, every time something big happens, New Legal calls me or I call him and we talk a little bit of things, you know, get some ideas out there. And, you know, I even said this to New Legal. Imagine, you know, since, you know, PlayStation got Call of Duty and probably they won't be able to do some content and services when it comes out of the Call of Duty or something like that, or probably can't do too much with it as they can do like PlayStation did with Call of Duty. I don't think Xbox can do something about it because of the contracts and all that shit. I don't know. I think they can. I don't know if they could. I don't know. I don't know about that, though. But when I was talking to the legal was like, oh, but, you know, we should bring Forza back. I said, you know, I agree with you. They should bring it back. But here's something I want Asha to do, though. Because if Forza is actually landing on PlayStation, if it actually lands, Forza Horizon 6, you know what Asha can do with that? One of the most popular IPs there is out there. Why do I say one of the most popular IPs? Because Forza Horizon 5 had up to 44 million players, 45, almost 50 million players, you know, people playing this game and really enjoying this game. If I was Asha, you know what I do? I said, okay, PlayStation, here you go. But hey, you want to get this car, come to Xbox. You want to get this skin, come to Xbox. You want to do this, come to Xbox. You want to do that, come to Xbox. Yeah, exclusive content here on Xbox. DLC dropping. Okay, PlayStation, a year later. Fuck you. That's what I would do if I was Asha. With the most popular games. Same thing with Diablo. I don't know if she can do it with Diablo. Same thing with all this stuff. Because, hey, listen, we're here on the Xbox. You know, we love the box. We enjoy it. And I know that Call of Duty is probably one of the most popular IPs. You can't do much. But listen, you got other IPs that you can do a lot of stuff with it. And Asha, I hope you actually do it. Go for it, Asha. Why the heck not? Today's number, I heard Switch prices are going up again. Ah, they're saying that again? Well, I mean, it's bound to happen. We always had console exclusive from Starfield to Forza, says El Único Cocho. Yeah, we always did, though. I mean, we got Redfall still being exclusive. Which Redfall's actually a good game. I always say that, though. Yeah, Redfall's nice. Yeah. Siri says Forza will be on PS. I don't know. Maybe she might flip it. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not over. I'm just saying, though, maybe, because it's a maybe situation, though. But like I said, though, it's all this stuff is maybe, chat. You know, like with the Forza thing, you know, we saw Halo out there. And like I said, I'm not overhyping the whole Halo thing because I don't know if she might turn it back and say, no, I'm not giving you Halo. Fuck it. Fuck it. We're done. Producer says Crackdown was good. Listen, I never said Crackdown was bad, but the publicity that Crackdown got, it was awful. Oh, man. The rating was awful. The publicity got behind it was awful. I mean, it was like the only Xbox exclusive that they were having out there pretty much. And no, everybody's like, no, this is a bad game, blah, blah, blah. And literally, that game got thrown under the carpet when it came down to a lot of people. But I know it's a good game. But you know how it is out there. I'm Game Pass Day 1 is the only console exclusive feature we need, says El Único Cocho. I agree with you. That's the only thing we need, but we also need to have exclusives in the box. At least for the box to have an identity. That I understand the whole identity situation when it comes out to that, but we need to have a couple of them, not all of them, because I know people want everything to come over here and just being locked down here, but again, we have a problem when it comes down to that, and that is that even though we got it, because look, and I'm telling you this much, again, you see all these dudes out here on these channels doing what they're saying, talking about, oh yeah, exclusives over Game Pass Day 1, all this shit. I said it loud and clear here, and I'll say it again. Hey, you guys get codes, so what's the purpose, though, if you guys get it on Game Pass or not? Because you guys get your codes, you guys play your games. You guys got your wingman that gives you all codes, so you're good. But us that don't have codes, but us that don't have to do this, and we pay for this service and everything, we need to have this here. Come on, guys. Why the heck are you going to affect the guys that don't get that stuff that you guys do? That was something that I was sat here. I'm like, man, you guys got to cheer for everything. Why can't we have everything on this box? Two things together. We can have a couple exclusives and we can have, you know, Game Pass. And like I was saying, though, besides that, let's put that to a side now. The main problem is that a lot of the people out there who want exclusives, you know what they do? They're not going to buy it day one. They can put it out there for 50, 60, 70. They're not going to buy it day one. You know what they're going to do? They're going to sit there and wait for a sale to buy it. Like the normal person does. Because, chat, if I sit here and I ask you guys, not kidding you, if I ask you guys, how many day one games you guys buy in a year? You guys, I don't know, on this list, I don't know if someone's going to come over here and say, I buy 20 games a year day one. I'll be like, really, you do? Because I know for me that I used to buy day one games, that list went down. When I used to buy 20, 25 a year, went down to like 8 or 9 a year. And not because Game Pass is there, it's because I just don't have the time. And then I learned, like, why am I going to spend 70 if I'm not going to play it now? Just leave it there, and one day I just come back to it and play it. It's called time. I don't have it. If you want to know, Crackdown 3 was one of the best Unreal Engine 4 games in HDR. Yes, 100%. Oh, Sid Lord. Good morning, Sid Lord. How you doing, bro? How you doing? Man, we hype prefer the Xbox Showcase, baby. Let's go. I think our big concern right now is Helix price. I think the most of our effort is being put into what to do and how to handle it. I think Asha Sharma's got a lot of pressure on her back, though. She needs to make some decisions. She needs to, you know, make things better for the brand. And one thing, you know, like I said, she ain't talking crap. Like she's not taking crap. I'm sorry. Like, for example, when the interviewer asked her, when you took down Copilot, what did Satya do? Like, that was a good question, to be honest, though, when they asked her that. And she was like, what can he do? If the fans don't like it, take it off. Why would I have something the fans don't like on there, period? I mean, that was a solid, that was literally like, I was like, whoa. You know, that was a good thing, though. But the thing is, what I like about her is that she's not afraid, though. And she looks like she knows what she has in her hands right now at this very moment. And she's not afraid to do what she has to do to make the brand better. And that's something that I really enjoyed from this interview. How she was solid with it. Talking points 100%. You know, on the dots. And amazed with all the answers she said. Because look, I just love the interviewer trying to throw some things in there to try to wind her off, to scare her off. Like I said, like, take this for example. Look at this. When the interviewer asked her about how did you feel, was it uncomfortable when you came in, you know, to see how Xbox was because of the numbers, how they were. And I love how she literally kicked that off the curve. She did not talk anything while the hardware was down. She did not say anything like that. She didn't explain that. What she explained was, the thing that made me uncomfortable was the pricing on this hardware. I was like, yo. I was like, yo. The only question that I felt that was added on there was the whole GTA 6 thing. I was like, why did I ask that one question about GTA 6 though? That she moved Fable to respect GTA and stuff like that. And I don't know. I was like, huh? What does that have to do with Xbox though? I mean, you could have had another question though. You could have had another question. Like, the big question would have been, because I know you asked about exclusives though. You should have asked the question that you know that was out there, that's been thrown out there. Are you gonna keep, you know? Are you gonna take away from Game Pass? Or are you gonna change it to go back to exclusives? That would have been a better question to ask. But you know. I'm not going to get into that, though. But the Empress Asha. Yep. She really kicked butt in this interview. And like I said, what I love about her is she was firm. And she was solid with her answers. I love that she came out and actually, you know, spoke the truth about the whole exclusive conversations. I love that she said we're gonna take a look at this and see what we're gonna throw out there, what not. And I know when people saw that though and heard that, they were like, uh-oh, she's going to be like Phil Spencer. I was like, I don't know about this one though, because I think she's not gonna let her arm be twisted as much as Phil was, because Phil was, I think, a little bit more flexible, and Sarah was a little bit more flexible. But I don't think Asha's gonna be that flexible though. I think Asha's gonna take advantage of what she has or what she can bring, and really try to focus on the box. And like I said, the word exclusive content and services, I was amazed by that. I was like, this is amazing, that answer. That was like the perfect answer, because she's looking at exclusives. So they're looking at exclusives, right? They're looking at exclusives, but the most important thing behind the exclusive is services and content. That's what amazed me. She literally went there, and like I said, remember when I said earlier about Forza? Okay, so I only have Forza. But look, you get this car here, you get this, you get that. Since you're, part of Game Pass, you get all these privileges. You got to motivate the person to say, hey, I'm going to sub to Game Pass. Manufacturer was using ChatGPT or Copilot all this time, where she promoted something like, as an Xbox CEO, how do I make the gamers happy? And the AI listed all the things she has to do. Feel flexible, pause. You know what I mean, though, why it's so serious? Because look, I got to tell you something, right? When they started with 4 games, I heard from the back that they're going to put everything. And I was like, okay. And I knew that was going to happen. And along the way, though, I've always thought that with those games, being thrown over there, they're going to have to say, hey, look, I'm going to put this game over here. Why don't you give me something back? But guess what, chat? That didn't happen. The only thing we got was Helldivers. Which, to be honest, though, I got to be honest with y'all. That's actually one of the best titles over there on PlayStation this generation. 100%. That's actually the big title over there. Compared to Astrobots, compared to all the others. Last of Us Remaster, Remake, Spider-Man Remaster, Remake. John Rolex Booth. Listen. Here's the thing, though. I told you guys, and several times, I told you guys, from behind the curtain, from the back, from whatever, if I hear stuff, right? I'm not going to be out here talking about it the way that these dudes do. Like, they go out there, they say, no. Let me give you one example. Oh, I'm going to use this dude, right? Like, I remember he went on Lou Lego's show, which was Mag, and he came out and said, Gears of War E-Day is going to come out this year. That was last year, though. Like, I talked to the guys over there, and they told me it was going to come out this year. I'm like, okay, I just sat there, I was like, eating my popcorn, just letting them talk, watching the telenovela unfold, because at the end of the day, though, it didn't happen. I was like, I don't know why they want to throw Gears of War this year. And that was last year when they got a 25th anniversary coming around. I'd rather wait the 25th and let the game be polished a little bit more and just throw it when the 25th comes around. That's what I thought, though. I'd always thought that. I was like, why are they going to throw it this year? For what? They already got a big library out there. We have, I think it was Doom the Dark Ages that came out. We had tons of things ready to play. South of Midnight, tons of things right there. Why are they going to throw Gears of War right here? They threw the little... I forgot the game. Wow, I'm forgetting names now. Damn. But yeah, they threw a lot of games, Why the heck are they going to throw Gears of War that year? But, he was 100% certain it was going to come out this year. And that's the stuff I'm not going to do, though. What I can do is, and I did this when I heard that they were going to put every game on PlayStation. I told you guys, hey, look, I think they're going to put everything over there. So chat, sit down, get ready. I think that's going to be the plan. I told you guys because of the situation with market conditions, because that is true, though. The market conditions are there. We see the situation that people are not buying games. We also find out these days, and in the interview, she said it loud and clear, 70% of Americans play 1 hour a week. 1 hour a week. You know what that tells you, though? For that 1 hour a week, do you think you're going to sit down and play Red Dead Redemption for 1 hour a week? You know how long it's going to take you to finish Red Dead Redemption? 2, if you only play 1 hour a week? Hey! You know what they're playing? They're playing multiplayer. That's what they're playing. Or they're jumping into Forza, or they're jumping into Diablo, or they're jumping into Call of Duty, or they're jumping into GTA. That's what they're playing. Or a sports game, or this. That's all. That's what they're doing. 1 hour a week. That's what literally tells me what they're playing right there. So like I was saying though, right? Exclusive content and services. Asha, cook. You have the perfect weapons to cook. Grounded has got its fans. Sea of Thieves got its fans. Forza Horizon's got its fans. We know who the fans are. We know they're out there. We know they're kicking ass, playing this game. Use that as a weapon and try to attract them to the box. And I hope she does, though. And that's the thing, though. She's aiming to do that. And like I said, all the questions in there, she was solid, spot on, and man, it's beautiful. What insider knowledge do you have? I know a lot of secrets, though. I know the size of the helix. I'm just kidding. I don't know that shit. I'm just messing, chat. But no, look, chat, even though I have it or not, I'm not going to spew it. I just wait for the company to come out and announce it or say something or change something or put things on the table. Because at the end of the day, though, if I go out here and try to change things or say something that it might not come true, then I look like one of those dudes who just talk stuff, and it's just not something that looks good on anyone, though. I don't like I said, though, because look, every time I see a rumor come out, and even though I heard that the rumor's spot on, right? That rumor's spot on. I always say this. The company hasn't said anything. We got to wait for them to announce it. Once they announce it, though, we're good. We're good. And if it doesn't announce it, we're good too. She hasn't stepped on brakes yet. Pretty rare for Xbox, laugh out loud. No, she hasn't stepped on brakes because right now the plan is to reset this. Well, don't be a pelican, says Talos. Nah, the thing is though, Talos, look, like I said, I don't want to be that guy who throws things out there, because if I do that, then it won't look good on me personally. Because I'll tell you this much, for something I heard a long time ago. I remember in the showcase that we're gonna have Evil Within 3. Can you imagine me being here live and say, "Whoa, I heard from the back we're gonna have an Evil Within 3. Where is it?" I would look stupid. I know some stuff, but I never say it on these chats. It's bad to do that. Yeah, we just gotta wait till the company to shine. We gotta wait for the company to announce things. That's what I always say. Let them announce it. Let them talk things. Let them say what they had to say, though. So for example, one of the things that she mentioned was pricing, right? Key component is pricing. I was like, well, okay, cool. That was something I heard in the back, though, about pricing, to give you an example. I'm being serious. I heard something key point about pricing, though, that she's looking into hardware, that she's looking, what to do to decrease the pricing, and I was like, oh, she came out and said it now, so that's cool. I heard something like that the other day. So like I said, though, I hear stuff, but I don't talk about it until she makes the decision to talk about it, or the company makes the decision to go out there and talk about it and start cooking. Yep. That's how it is, though. I didn't like how Game Pass wasn't really talked about, says Survey. Well, they didn't throw Game Pass in there because the interviewer did not ask that question, though. But she did mention Game Pass. She did mention the price cut with Game Pass, how it got some attraction to it because the numbers were bad. She did mention it. So that was a clear thing right there. And one thing we know is the numbers are not healthy. She did mention that too. That is something that none of these dudes in the past mentioned. She did mention this. She said, hey, look, the numbers aren't healthy. We're going to go and do a hard reset in 100 days. So 100 days, chat, we're going to see something that's going to come out big, and it's going to be a big reset. But if she completely kills Game Pass in the reset, look, man, I don't know. I don't think she's going to kill Game Pass, because there's a thing going around, and it's the truth, though. People these days are not buying games. And if you kill Game Pass, right, the service, I mean, a lot of people are going to unsubscribe, and you don't want to lose though that service again, especially since they lost it with the price hike though. Literally, it was a loss, and they noticed that. They saw it, they noticed that. They noticed that it was a big loss when it came down to Game Pass and the price hike, and that's why they toned it down to reduce it, because that's what people are doing these days, are subscribing to these services and playing the games that are on the services. That's how it is. Matt Piscatella said an analysis. Matthew Ball said an analysis too, that people are subbing more than buying games these days. So if you got something that's popular though, it's kind of hard for you to wind it down and tone it down or something. You can probably tone one or two things, but not tone it down entirely, because if you do that, people will unsubscribe, and you're going to lose that momentum, and you're going to lose that gain that you already have there. So I don't think she's going to do like a major damage to it though. I don't think they're going to do that though. Powerboss says, Fooey, I didn't get a notification you went live. I was busy playing on my Xbox. You see, chat? You see? He did not have a notification. You see, chat? That means he did not hit that bell to see if I was going live. And he was busy playing games instead of watching me in chat. Damn. You know, I'm offended by that you all playing games at the same time. I'm live. I'm offended. Nah, I'm just kidding, chat. Yeah, that's what you all gotta be doing, playing games and enjoying it. That's the stuff I want to hear, chat. That's it, especially on your Xbox. Hey, if you want to play PlayStation, cool. I don't mind it. But look, I just want to hear the conversation Xbox and Xbox. Man, my father's calling me. Hold on a second, chat. Let me pick up the phone call real quick and get this out the way. Hold on. Sorry, chat. That was my father calling. He was just checking up on me. And, yeah. When he calls, you got to pick up. So, like I was saying, though. Yeah, so Revolution 3, I paused. But I have the bell, though. Oh, all right. Look, my notification is off, and I'm still here. You see? Why so serious is going by, though? But you always say I'm late, though. You're trying to mess me up, man. And today I was on time, though. Y'all did not even applaud me because I was on time, though. I know YouTube notifications are annoying. Like literally, they need to fix that stuff. You know, they were asking me for a survey, and I need to type in some stuff. I gotta tell them, listen, you gotta fix the YouTube notification thing. Tell everybody, hey, he's coming on. You know, when he goes live, we better hop in and enjoy the show. Louis is in trouble. From what though? Why would I be in trouble though? Nah, no, my father calls and check up on me. Game Pass. I got it on my PC and my Xbox. Yes. So another thing though, chat. That's. Like I said, she's spot on some things though, and whoa, I'm gonna pull this up and put this on the window right now. Hold on, let me grab this real quick, which is something that nobody wanted to hear her say though. And y'all better be scared though, and better be ready though, because like I said, this lady ain't messing around. She's not. She's not messing around, and she said it loud and clear, this is her mission. And it's not the 30%, and it's not, none of that is to become number one. It seems the historically high profit margins no longer apply to new Xbox CEO Asha Sharma. Oh. So when you hear this chat, you know what that means though, right? That means that now we can probably wind down and come back to exclusives, because again, I never believed there was a 30% out there. Because one day Microsoft came out and said no, then people were saying yes, then people were saying no, then people were saying yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, and then the other day we found out that PlayStation is looking to aim to gain 32%, which is way more than 30%. So if the number was right with the 30%, then Xbox could actually hit 30%, because they were saying that was way too high. But wait, PlayStation is looking to hit the 32. I did not see any articles pointing out that wait, so if PlayStation can do it, then Xbox can actually hit that 30%. Then nobody ever said nothing about that though. But all right, you know how it is though, chat. Yeah, stop bad about Xbox. Let's go. Yeah, you know how it is, Xbox. You know how it is. You know how it is, Xbox fans. If they stop Game Pass, I can finally play my backlog. I would literally stop buying games with Game Pass and still buy games. Some weird, but that would be the case though. Tim the Source says, I'm stacked with Game Pass until 2028. If they stop it without any compensation of some type, then it will be an issue. And it won't be just me, exactly. And shout out to the 55 people here on the show. And if you're new to the channel, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Also hit that bell. Let's cover this, my friends. Let's read about what the article says. It says here, let's not supercode it. Good. Xbox been taking it on the chin for these past few years. Of course, they're going to take it in the chin because you guys don't even help it push it. Hardware sales have nosed that by 30% year over year. Studios have been shuttered left and right. What studios have been shuttered left and right? You see, this is my problem. You should have said some studios, not studios, some or a few studios, because it's been only a few that's been shut down. But all right, cool. And as I become the new normal, you don't need a crystal ball to see that the brand has been stumbling, and a lot of folks are pointing fingers or at some truly head-scratching decisions over the past few years. Wow. In a recent interview with Bloomberg Tech, Asha said, my mandate is not 30% accountability margins, it's not enterprise software margins, it's to be the #1 gaming entertainment company, and that's what we're going to do too. Excuse me, did I just hear the bane of Xbox assistance is gone and out the window? Can I get 3 cheers for Asha Sharma? Now, before we break out the champagne, there are still some realistic pitfalls that Xbox will need to overcome. Oh, there's still some Sure, every move comes with its own reasoning, but there's one specific mantra that's above all others, pulling the monetary strings behind the scenes. Over a year ago, Windows Central dropped the bomb that Amy Hood slapped a 30% margin target on the Xbox business. The news was later corroborated by documents seen by Windows Central, and since then things have started to click. With margins on a high on a business that has statistically never seen profit margins higher than a 10 or so %, how else do you account for so many cancellations, studio closures, and cuts around the gaming division? Yo, what's wrong with you though? What's up with that? Dude is yapping. The same old hollow empty nonsense repeat, not really saying anything, but he has ads on Max. He's YouTube has revenue, hoarding you all, falling for. What? So he literally copy-pasted and did this. You're coming to my channel and saying I yap and rinse and repeat, yap, rinse and repeat. If you don't like my content, bro, get the fuck out of here. I'm not kidding you. And now you're saying that he's just YouTube ads, revenue hoarding, y'all falling for it. You're mad because you get YouTube ads? Pay for premium though. Dumbass. Jesus Christ. I'm starting to sit here and think though. How much do you think YouTube ads pays me though? I think he thinks I make like 10 grand from YouTube ads. I mean, I only wish I could make 10 grand from YouTube ads, but I'm not making that. YouTube ads give me like $1. Exactly, or ad blocker like my ass. I mean, bro, if you're mad at my ads though, then what? It's an option. But I'll tell you this much though. I'll tell you what I don't do though. I'll tell you what I don't do though, and that's the truth though. I don't go out there and just start GoFundMe, you know, to try to take a trip to wherever I need to go. I try to make it myself. Like some people do out there, they say, oh, help this dude for him to get to Summer Game Fest. Help this dude for them to get over here. Or help this dude to get over there. Am I doing that? No. I don't take advantage of people, though. They want to super chat. They super chat because it comes from their heart, though. Shoot. How dare Louis try to make money? The nerve. Wow. The biggest garlic says, PlayStation fans are the most delusional. Yeah, they are. I wonder who that dude is, though. Because here's the funny thing, though. And I'm going to say this to you. At least have balls and say, I'm this dude. Come on, say it. I'm the one who's doing it. Why don't you say it? If it's another YouTube channel, go for it. Since you're creating YouTube and if you're creating, you know, nicknames to hop on here and say stuff, have the boss to come on and say, it's me. I'm the one who's saying it. This dude. Have guts. Why don't you say who you truly are? Which you won't, because you hide. Oh, man, let's keep reading, chat. So, with Mario's business is actually okay, so the questioners already read that. Once exclusive games are going to other consoles with Fable, Forza, and even Halo on the weather platform that shall not be named. However, prices are skyrocketing, and Game Pass saw a monetary price increase that has thankfully been most reverted. It certainly seemed like Xbox had become synonymous and bad news. What? Oh man, Apex with a $50 super. He said to your GoFundMe. That's a big ass super chat. I think that's the highest I've ever gotten. Oh man. Thank you for that, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But you know what I mean though, because there's some people out there that like to take advantage for. I mean, why don't you go to Reforge and tell Reforge to stop, you know, forcing people to go ahead and do memberships. I don't force nobody to be a membership here. I don't force nothing on this channel. I don't. Shoot. Louis, I hear you're a millionaire. Can you lend me £5? Fucking nutters or chat, I see. I mean, if I was a... Bro, listen, I've always said this. If I was a big billionaire, like I got a couple bucks, like big bucks, like let's say I win the lotto, for example, win the lotto, chat, look, I would tell everybody, listen, I'm going to fly y'all, let's go hang out, let's do like a live episode with all of us together right here. I would love to do that, you know, hang out with you all in the same room, be like, ah, we're here, you know, let's talk, and have a good conversation, have some fun, you know, about games and stuff like that. That'd be awesome. You know, I do that out of my pocket, no joke. I would do that though, Chad. I would seriously do, man. Because that's what I love about seeing here. Every time I hop in these shows, you know, every morning that I see you guys hopping in here, you guys are what give me the adrenaline to come in here and talk. And talk. No joke. And I love that. To have this dude hop in my show and saying that I'm hoarding and they're all falling for it. Like, you're telling me that I make a lot of money from YouTube ads? Damn. Wow. And the funny thing is they will not say who it is though. And Louis does not berate non-members like Reforge does sometimes. I don't do that. Louis isn't doing it right until he starts pushing protein pills on us or energy drinks. That shit is corny as fuck in my opinion. Well, the funny thing is if we get sponsors though, right? Here's the thing though, chat. You're on YouTube. You're on YouTube though, right? And some people want to do what's it called, a sponsor on you. Of course, you would do a commercial. You would do things, you know, with all the heart and all the love in the world. You would do a commercial, and that's it because you got a sponsor. Now, I won't tell everybody, hey, yo, go build a PC because of this, or eat the protein drink because of this. No. I'll just do the commercial, you know. If people want to pick it up, cool. That's what you gotta do, though. Tay Reezy with the $5 super. More to add to your GoFundMe, Louis, so you can take luxurious trips. Bring back Bobby. Man, Bobby came here yesterday and took a big ass shit on my window. I'm seriously, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I'm about to add something in the window so that shit doesn't, like, literally, my window's all full of shit. Bobby mad at us. He been mad at us for the last couple of days. I thought YouTube had a thing they were gonna pay you to watch ads. Tim the Sorcerer with a 2. Is it euro or is it pound? I think it's euro. Super. He has greetings from the heart from the Netherlands. Tim, you're in the Netherlands, man. Listen, I was in the Netherlands 3 years ago. I met Parent Pluck. I met Pachu. I met Erwin. Man, we went out to dinner. It was fantastic, though. That wasn't Bobby Lou. That was me. Damn. Bro, wait. You came to my home and took a shit in my window? Man, bro, boy, wait till I find out where you live, man. Wait till I find out where you live. Hey, you're going to have a couple brown bags right there, and they're going to be pretty big brown bags, my friend. Yep, pretty big brown bags. Man, chat, thank you guys for the super chats, man. I really love you guys for that. Like I said, though, I don't understand why this dude come on my show and trying to attack me with this, and it's been several times he's done this now. And the funny thing is, he does not say who he is, though. That's sad. I mean, have the balls and say, I'm this dude. Come on, I dare you. Which you will not, because you're a pussy. Period. Fucking idiots. Because if I gotta say something to someone else, say it to their face. I ain't afraid of nothing. Hell no. Damn. But all right, let's keep it going, chat. Let's keep it going because, you know, like I said, we got a cool conversation. Power Boss in a little bit, Power Boss. Let me just cover all this stuff. You can hop in and we can have a little bit of conversation, though. So let's keep it going, though. Kind of funny. The most ads I've ever seen in game podcasts are hell. They try and sell you stuff even more than IGN. That's what ads are for, though. Listen, I know people are trying to make money off of YouTube. I get that, though. But what's better? Getting YouTube to pay me? Or taking my fans' money like some people do? Or take advantage of that? I'd rather have YouTube pay me, my friend. Period. Seriously. Even though I make $1 or $2, I'd rather get the money from YouTube. Because I'm using the platform. I'm doing this every day. Yeah, pay me. Even though I'm making $1 or $2, but you act like I'm making millions of dollars, though. But all right. I mean, I wish so, chat. You know, yeah, I wish. I was banking on YouTube. Look, I'm laughing because the thing is, you were the last one on here, and so the last one that was on here, it's right there though. Yeah. But let's go. Needless to say, the trends have been causing massive damage to the brand because you guys have been causing massive damage to the brand too. Because these articles do not pick sides; they just stick there and try to, you know, throw things down to the ground. That's something I get irritated about because that's why I'm here. I fight all the media. I fight other people's opinion. I don't have nothing against you. Now, if you're against me because I fight your opinion, then you need to step outside, though, and take a breath of fresh air, because I always say this on my channel. Even though it's another channel, even though it's another person, even though it's this or that, right? Look, I have no problems with y'all, personally. But if you said something that, you know, I use YouTube++, I have never seen a Louis ad. Maybe I should do a Louis ad, though. Hey, this is my ad. Sponsor me. I love you guys to death. I seriously do. But like I said, though, you guys keep on talking all this shit instead of pushing all the positive news. I'm telling you, loose supply and demand, you have to understand exclusive matter. SAK Kev, look. I'll say this again. You guys have the wrong idea about exclusives, though. Seriously, you do. You think that exclusives actually do push consoles? No, it does not. What pushes consoles is popularity. Popularity means, like, for example, you got Call of Duty, you got Forza, you got this. This is what pushes your brand. Not exclusive, my friend. You got to really go out there and show what this game is all about, period. Because, again, you guys have 92 million PlayStations out there, and you guys saw Asha won Game of the Year and only sold 2.5 million copies. Cyros came out, you guys bought 300,000 copies. That's Alina Analytics say, which, yeah, exactly, Boss. That's a lot of exclusives don't mean shit. Unless if you're Nintendo, which you really put a lot of work behind it and made the character super popular. And why did Forza help console sales? Why did it do it? Or why did this happen? And why did it do all this stuff? Here, I'll explain to you why. Because they marketed the hell out of it. They showed you, here is Forza, right here on this box, and that's why it's selling. Because, and not only that, the title is super popular. All right, but hey, you know, don't believe me when I say though. But all right, good news, everyone. All right, now we're gonna start with the good news after you bash and smash the Xbox, because that's the problem with you guys. You guys smash and bash. You guys need to stop with the bashing though. Or at least when you're gonna start bashing, do it at the very beginning. Very beginning on top and say, look, with the layoffs, you know, some studios being shut down and everything, I think Xbox gonna go for the better. That's how you gotta start it from right there. But no, you guys had to bash it though. So, good news, everyone. As I mentioned before, hardware has seen massive declines every year, which has been increased by ever-hungry AI machine that tech giants like Google and Microsoft have been feeding into. While the actual cost of making the hardware remains guesswork, but it's hard to imagine any price cuts in the future. Given PlayStation and Nintendo's recent increases to their own console, Microsoft isn't the only one struggling on the pricing front. It seems to be a symptom of an illness of all gaming companies are facing. Still, ditching that 30% margin is a beacon of hope and for the return of true exclusives. The whole reason Fable, Forza Horizon, and Halo were sent off to PlayStation in the first place was to squeeze every last penny out of them. Your point? I don't find nothing. I mean, what's wrong with getting every penny out of that, though? Because again, we have a problem here, and it's a general problem. And if you guys have not been seeing it for like the past 6 or 7 years, I mean, even Matt Piscatella is telling you we have a problem. And what is that problem, though? You ask Lou. People are not buying games as much as they used to. And you guys have seen the polls out there. Only 40% of people nowadays buy a consoles for exclusives. That is not a good number. If the poll was 80, 70, 80, 70 or whatever it was beyond 50, I would say that, hey, you got to bring the exclusives back. But 40% though, that's not a lot of people. And the funny thing is, not that 40% that's sitting there waiting for an exclusive to drop is going to buy one specific exclusive they're looking at. But they're not going to buy every exclusive that comes out there. Because that's the part where you guys don't come out and say. And be honest about it. Because take, for example, me. Avowed came out. Did I like Avowed? No. I say I don't like Avowed. I tried it. I'm going to give it another go one day, but it's okay. Louis on closing in 500 likes. For me, that's good on my X post. Saying I'll take Play Anywhere 2-day early access for control. Good point. That is true, though. Happy you said that. So true, man. 100%. I'll take that over the fucking 2 days, man. That was just a dumb thing. But hey, I gotta tell you something though. I gotta applaud Sony though for that move. Sony, you guys are the man for doing that, because at the end of the day though, we find out how desperate you idiots are looking. But all right, let's keep on going though. Now that Asha is talking about how exclusivity is the secret sauce for growing a platform. When did she ever say was a secret sauce to that? You see? The lies. But all right. Remember, she said, she did not say exclusivity in general. She said exclusive content and services. You need to get your facts straight, my friend. So, here we go. See what I was saying earlier? There we go. Look, we're the #2 publisher in the world, like I mentioned earlier. And in order to be a great publisher, you must have your games reach larger audience to play. Correct. Right? First time catching one of these, really good to see you, brother. Hey, Blinky Blanks, good morning. Thank you for being here. And, man, listen, subscribe, hit the bell, and also, hit the like button. So, like I was saying, let's keep on reading this. At the same time, we're increasingly becoming a platform. In order to become a platform, you must have, like I said, this is what I said, this is what you got to aim for. Exclusive, of course. You got to have a couple of them. No problem. Have your little 2 or 3, 4 exclusive. That's cool. But the most important is content and services. And that's how you're going to win this battle. And how do I know you're going to win this battle like this? Because that's what PlayStation did last generation and at the beginning of this gen. They were not winning with exclusives. They were winning with exclusive content and services. With Call of Duty. That's how they were selling the console. That's how they were winning. And that's how they continue to do that bullshit. Asha. I know, Asha. All the love in the world. I gotta say this. I don't know if Xbox listens to me or not. I hope one day they do. And if they do, cool. You know, they do. If they don't, still cool too. I don't mind it. Because, you know, either way, though, I'm going to love you all to death. But at the end of the day, though, you all need to focus on that area, because that's where the money making is. Seriously, that's where it is, though. So it says here, Xbox can now focus on rebuilding a brand that's in desperate need of retooling its identity. Sharma recognized that they need to become a true platform for these games, and as such, uniqueness built before, uniqueness built through exclusive services and games. In any business, you need to offer something unique when compared to your competitors, that individually had started to fade over the last few years without exclusivity. The 30% margins also buried creativity, as we saw the cancellation of games like latest Cinemax MMO and cuts at Halo Studios, Turn 10, Blizzard, Sledgehammer Games, Rare, and Raven Software. And that's only going back to 2025. Bottom line, this is a win for Xbox gamers and its brand as a whole. Tossing out the suffocating metric means more creativity, more freedom, and maybe, just maybe, real Xbox comeback on the horizon. Get it? Haha, Dave Breezy with the $10 super. I think a company trying to squeeze every cent they can from players is more damaging than reading the room of what players want. If that's the case, Asha wouldn't have dropped Game Pass price. Exactly. Another point proven, though. Tyler Morton, Louis, Friday, you're streaming Summer Game Fest. Listen, I'll keep you guys posted, my friends. I'll keep you posted. Like I told you guys this morning, I did not know it was going to come live today because I got a little nephew, being born, but which I will go on later on because, the person was taken in around 7 or 8. So yeah, I'm just gonna give them time, to go to the room and stuff. And so I'll just go over there, later on and say hi, what's up, and just do my thing. So like I said, though, I got a busy afternoon today. Try to rush things because on Sunday I want to have my schedule cleared to come live, with Plume and watch the showcase. Have a clear schedule, though. And so today, though, I will do my best, chat. I seriously will, and I'll keep you guys posted. I already know my time schedule. Say, okay, I gotta do this between this time and this time and this time and this time, so I can come back at 5 or 4:30 to do the showcase and have some fun with y'all here live. If you want to join me later on today. But yes, the thing is, squeezing every dime, though. The thing is, they're trying to make it sound like it's a petty thing. But look, sometimes it all depends on how things are behind the scenes. And we just heard something that we never heard before. The numbers are not healthy. If you hear CEOs say that right there, you got to look at some things and say, okay, they're not healthy. We got to steer the wheel and make it better. So even though during that time it could have been a healthy thing for the company to do, because again, this generation alone was a crazy fucking gen. What I mean by the crazy fucking gen, this is the first gen we've ever seen PlayStation say, hey, let me put a game over to PC. You're like, huh? When has that ever happened? Especially guys back in the PS2 era, they were saying this is the PC in the living room right here. Telling literally Microsoft to say, hey, make a console. Because if not, I'm going to take your PC away. That's what literally the message was. And that's how Xbox became. Seriously. That's how it became, chat. That's how it became. Trust me, there's certain games that I cannot play on anywhere else but the Xbox Series. I will get an Xbox Series X myself. SNK Kev. If you do not have an Xbox Series X, you're lost in times, my friend. Because listen, 100% gotta tell you this. If I'm gonna save money, I'm gonna go save money. And that's the truth. I'm gonna go in and save money. And with Game Pass, man, I'm saving a couple bucks. Whew! You gotta love that, though. You gotta love that. You gotta love that, though. When you go in there and you become that, man, you gotta love it. Oh, Tim, the sources in economy class. Thank you for that, Tim. That is awesome for you to subscribing to the memberships, man. That is awesome. That is awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Trust me, there's only one certain games. Oh, okay, read that. You don't need a blue chew. You need the power of love and kindness. Laugh out loud. That's what I always say too. All you gotta do is show love. Care for people. Give them love. Do not take advantage of people. I always say that too. I don't like taking advantage of nobody. Like when you guys tell me that Reforge does this and that, I'm like, why does he do this though? When I hear stuff like that, I'm like, why do they do this stuff though? That's freaking crazy though. But they don't report numbers. I know they don't, Safo, but CEO said it loud and clear yesterday. Hey, listen, look, the numbers aren't healthy. We gotta make them healthy. So she's gonna fix a couple things. And shout out to the 71 people here on the show today. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, also hit that bell. Go for it. And if you, like I said, if you're new to the channel, please do that. So that way you can catch me on the Good Morning Crazy Louis shows. I'll put this about subs and hardware. Game Pass is last reported February at 34 million. No new members since the 30 price hike didn't help. I think that number dropped though, Power Boss, and because she literally said something loud and clear in the interview that, you know, after she reduced the price, you know, started to get back to its healthy state. So that was a big issue right there when it came down to that. And it was not a good thing, you know, that they did that though, because look, out of all things, and something she did mention that nobody talks about is these price hikes. I talk about it all the time. And I always say this, I really hate, I detest, that's nothing in the world that really ticks me off when I open my email or read on Twitter or read somewhere else that, hey, their price increases. We already have YouTube Premium the other day from 10 to 13, now it's gonna be 15. That's really annoying. And I just pay for that stuff to get the ads off. And you're like literally charging even more for what? Sometimes I have to use VPN to watch your movies, and let me tell you something, your movies ain't, you know, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. I mean, you better make it nicer for me, my friend. At least, you know, they had Hell's Kitchen though. I gotta give them credit for that. And I watch all the seasons in Hell's Kitchen thanks to YouTube. You know, thank you YouTube for that. You know, I gotta give them props for the Hell's Kitchen though, because I love Gordon Ramsay. I'm a big Gordon Ramsay fan. So you know, that was nice though. But either way though, you're charging $50 now. And that's the thing that people don't talk about is these price hikes. They talk about all this stuff and all this shit, man. We got to find solutions to this. We got to decrease these prices. We got to kill them SOBs so your things can sell. Because I always tell the story about the car. You go in a dealership, 2021, you buy a Toyota Celica, for example, 2021. And 5 years later, because your car was hit by a tree, or because a meteor came in and blew it up, or I don't know, whatever, a truck came by and hit it, you know, it doesn't work, you got your money, and you're like, okay, let me go to the dealership, and you find out the same model 21 there that you can buy and pick it up again, but shit, it's now more expensive. Why? It should be decreasing, not increasing. Damn, for the same car? That's insane, though. And that's my main problem with that, though. My main problem is that, though. It says here, assumptions, opinions can lie, numbers don't. Everything about Asha and what she says and Edgar she's doing sounds like a publicity campaign. But here's the thing, though, Safo. She came out and stated a lot of truths into that, though. She was honest, though. She said, look, our numbers are not healthy. We got to reset. Boom. We got 100 days to do something. And she literally, now she gave us a timeline, though. Something we never had. We have a timeline. I'm a console collector, but I only collect consoles that I feel like are valuable, that have content that interests me. That's just an excuse. And you're excusing yourself for not getting an Xbox. I don't look at that as an excuse, though. I'm not just looking at you're a PS fan. I'm looking at you like you're a PS fanboy. Because if I was a gaming collector, I mean, I collect consoles. I got a Dreamcast, I got a PS2, I got a PS1 sitting down there. I have all that stuff. But I don't play them. They're there. Because nostalgia. That's it. But me, let me tell you something. If I'm going to save money, a couple bucks, I'll save my money. Yeah, I had to get a Neo Geo. Damn, this shit's expensive. Don't get started with retro on retro console. Don't get me started on retro console. Oh man, New Jack Gaming. Oh. New Jack Gaming will tackle you down when it comes to retro, because New Jack will tell you straightforward. Get into dev mode and you can play all those games. There you go. Now he's saying it on the Xbox Series X and the Series S. Go into dev mode and there you go. He's telling you right here, I have everything all the way back to Atari 2600. Tell me a console that actually does that besides the Xbox. You're telling me that's not worth collecting? Ah, hell no. Get the hell out of here with that collector's crap. You have the biggest show for Xbox coming Sunday. Instead of focusing on the show, she's talking everything wrong at Xbox. It's exhausting. So, okay, Safo, look. This was Bloomberg's tech interview. So it's all about tech stuff. It wasn't about the showcase. It wasn't about that. It was just about tech stuff. It was a Bloomberg interview about tech. She had several people on stage, you know, asking technical conversations. So exactly, if you're going to go to that show, you're going to watch technical stuff, right? And she was explaining, you know, the whole situation with the Xbox because that's what the questions that the interview lady was asking. She literally asked, what's the situation? Like, for example, when she went in there and said, oh, what did you feel uncomfortable for? And you know what she was looking? She was looking to come out and say what was the negative thing on Xbox. Though. But what I love about Asha right there, she said, what made me uncomfortable looking at this was the prices. That's it. That's it. That's it. So remember, this is a Bloomberg tech thing. It wasn't like about showcases or anything. It was just about conversation on how things are or how things are looking. And to be honest, though, all her answers were pretty good. And like the most important answer she gave out there was, in 100 days, we're going to push the reset button. What is the reset button going to be? I don't know. But now we have a timeline. Remember, the plan is the plan until it's not the plan. Now, it's not going to be, the plan is the plan until it's not the plan. We're going to know in 100 days what is not the plan anymore. But yeah, like I said, though, you know, not buying the Xbox is just an excuse. Because of exclusives? Really? You're the only dude who says that out here. I've never seen anyone else say that. PS5, the short bus of the consoles. But you hear this and you're buying consoles, would you get an Xbox? That's my point. But you hear this and you're buying consoles, would you get an Xbox? That's my point. Oh, look. Listen, Safo, listen. Right now, Safo, the only way she's going to get people to try to the Xbox is by doing what she says she's going to do. Because I always say this about this gen alone. This gen alone has been already the craziest gen out there, not only for Xbox, for all these consoles. And right now, anyone, I even say this loud and clear, anyone. If you come to me and say, hey, Lou, I want to buy an Xbox, what do you think? I will literally tell you, go try to find one that's used. Because I don't want you spending $700. And it's not because I'm against the company or not. It's because, shit, I find that shit too expensive. It's too expensive for something that's 5 years old. I really do. Man, the thing that started in $400, the thing that started, wait, what was it, $300? Now it's $400 something dollars. And the other one that was at $500, now it's $600 something dollars. God dang. $100 more for something that's old? I mean, right now, as she even said in the interview, right now, the tech should have been, price should have been down. With RAM and everything should have been, would have been down. You know, this console should have been cheap. So, with whatever she does right now, Safa, whatever she does to bring, you know, this generation talk something positive is going to be tough. Now, what she can do is for the next gen, try to bring it to a positive state so people can hop in and do it. Because right now we have a problem that's pricing, and no matter what she does with the pricing that is right there with the console, people are going to look at it and be like, unless if she finds semiconductors, RAMs out there for really cheap price, and you know, and we try to reduce the price of the Series S and Series X, then you know we have a different topic. But that's going to be a hard, now I won't say impossible, but near impossible to do. I'll say that. But the thing was, in this interview, though, I know some people took it, you know, from negative. I'm saying, though, you hear these problems, you don't have a reason to be excited for the brand. Well, Safo, I understand that people we'll try to look for the butts on this brand, but me, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what she's going to do. I'm excited what she's going to change, though. Because the funny thing is, though, for the past 3 months, the most negative conversations we had on the brand was Game Pass versus exclusives, and the logo thing. Those are the only two things we've heard. But then the rest of it has been good. And now it's just literally saying, okay, this one, hard reset in 100 days. So when you hear that, it gives you a feeling that, okay, she's not joking around. She's going to do some changes. In 100 days, we're going to see it. We have a timeline now. Oh, the plan, when it's the plan, it's not anymore the plan. We have a timeline now that we're going to know what the reset is. And people are going to get excited for it. And you'll see, Safo, you'll see. She's going to do anything to try to bring it back. I know she will. I have a feeling she will. And after 100 days, though, I remember, right now, we're in the negative stage. She's trying to get away from the negative stage. So, of course, she's going to talk negative about it because she's trying to get away from it, right? We're in a negative stage, but trust me, once the 100 days go by, we're going to take a sharp look and see what the positive outcome came out of this interview that came right here from Bloomberg. But yeah. And then we'll see how Xbox will take off again, yeah. But she's right, though. Everything she says is right. 100 days puts us with date roughly, so we're right now in June, so let's multiply that. Let's say June, let's say 31 days in June, 31 days in July, 31 days in August, or 30. Let's say that's already 9 days. Between September, October, November, we're going to find out what's going to happen. Put it 4 months. 4 months exactly. 4 months from now. September, October time frame. Yeah, we're going to hear about it. Just be happy to be a gamer. All excited for all the games, all 4 machines out to play it. On one platform stops remaining platforms, just get more expensive. Why? I applaud that. If platform stops remaining platforms, just let them get more expensive. Why? I applaud that. And let me tell you something from this interview, Safo, the most positive thing I saw, seriously, and that's something that got me excited right there, is when she mentioned pricing. Like, look, I know people want to hear exclusives. But the most positive thing I heard from her was the pricing. And that's something that is the most negative conversation out there, even though people don't talk about it much. But it's negative because the pricing impacts the sales. How do we know that? Simple. Look at PlayStation. 50% tanked in the UK. 50% tanked. And they have a Saros, though. And that did not even push the console. Remember what I told you guys about exclusives? Saros did not push the console, guys. Saros did not push the console to sell. It's tanked 50% because the price increases. Because the thing is, Safo, there's a lot of people who are fanboys. I get that. But the casuals are more than the fanboys. And when the casuals see this, they're like, nope. I just want to buy this to play one game. Why am I going to pay all this money? To play Fortnite. Why am I paying all this money to play Call of Duty? Why am I going to pay all this money to play GTA when I already have it over here? That's what people will say, though. She last year says, nobody will buy Marvel Wolverine. I cannot say that, though. I cannot say that. That Chris is going to buy Marvel Wolverine. Come on, man. What are we crying about at the Xbox today? Seeing lots of, inputting of an Xbox conversation. eBay, they're always going to cry about something. But what I mean by they're always going to cry is like I remember the Eurogamer came out and wrote an article saying like, oh, it's just, there's no decision on the exclusive content. Out of the whole conversation about the exclusive content, the main thing I really love about the interview was when she talked about pricing. That's what made her uncomfortable. And as gamers, we got to be uncomfortable with that. But Lou, there's a problem with buying this Xbox identity with not having exclusive content. The only place I can play that game, I personally get the Xbox Series X just for that one game. So you're literally telling me one game will get you Series X? Why can't you get the Series X because of all the money you can save? Why don't you get the Series X for the great service it has? Why don't you get a Series X where you can literally play all your retro games to Atari 2600 like New Jack Gaming said? There's so much into that console that you're just focusing on one excuse not to get it, and you keep on with that same excuse. I mean, bro, if you're going to buy it, buy it. If you're not, cool. At the end of the day, though, what's your point? Because of exclusives? There's more to the console than just exclusives, my friend. There's more to that. And remember, and I'll say this again. PlayStation sold because of Call of Duty, not because of fucking exclusives. If you don't believe me, looky. Right here, look, check this out. I'm just gonna show you this right here. That's it. I'm just gonna show you this. Right here. Ha! And when I show you this, I want you to explain to me why Saros did not help this console. Saros. I mean, Dream came out and said Horizon helped Xbox sell. He said that. But at the same time, there's a Saros there and it dropped by 50%. How and why did this exclusive not help this console? Explain that to me. I just want to hear that the solid explanation of why didn't Saros exclusive game that's only on PlayStation right now did not help push this console. Why? Especially, I don't know how many people accept hardcore ponies who are super loyal to Sony brand, which is crazy how loyal they are and they don't see the truth though. Not only that, PlayStation came out and literally told them to their faces, we're not anymore the exclusive box, we are the third party box. Man, in 2018, y'all were the exclusive box though. Seriously. What happened there? Too many games, exactly. Subnautica 2 skipped. PlayStation 5. Oh, wow. Oh, shoot. Damn it. One of the most important games out there. Yeah. Atomic Fire. Final alerts. You can't play GTA 4 Splinter Cell series on PS5. What? And this dude is talking to me that he doesn't buy this. Woo! You gotta love this, baby. You gotta love this. Steam Deck is 950, PS5 Pro is 900. Holy shit. 900 for a rate. What was it? Pizzer Tech. Yeah. I would try, Harry Ballsack. I would try, though. I would try, my friend. I would try. Like I said, I would try that. I would try that, man. Because today I got a busy day, and it's going to take me some time. I mean, let's see if I can land here at the time where I can sit here and watch the showcase with you guys. I will try. I will try. I'm literally going to try. If you guys don't see me, I'm like I already have the thumbnail ready. I have it. But I would try, chat. I would try my best to come over here and watch the showcase with y'all. I would try. I would try. I would try. But again, if I don't come on today, remember, this Sunday, I will be with Plume watching the Xbox showcase. That's the one I really want to watch because Jeff Keighley's one, I'm not really hyped for it either. That's why. I'm not really that too hyped about it. It's Jeff Keighley. Subnautica 2 is a little different though. The game preview and PS doesn't normally do those. Oh, why not? Just take advantage of that too. But Subnautica hits over 2 million sales in 24 hours, 3 million by a week. Krafton is having full payout. The dev is it won't be on PS5 at least 2 years. Damn. Because that's the thing though, like chat, look. Jeff Keighley shows for me are always the same thing. Always the same thing. Always. And each time I sit here and I watch, I'm like, okay, I already seen this. Okay, already saw that. Okay, seen this, saw that. And look, you can announce a few games, but at the end of the day, though, the pacing is usually good at a point. Then it drops down for like 30, 45 minutes, and then it comes back up a little bit, and then drops back down. And I'm just not excited, though. Like, for the Jeff Show, not excited. Now, for the Xbox One, of course, always excited. The PlayStation 1, I was like, let's sit here and watch this. I mean, look, PlayStation 1, you guys saw my reaction, though. I was just sitting there, and I was like, oh, Onimusha, okay. Oh, this one, okay. Oh, that one, okay. Oh. Because I already saw that again and again. Yeah. So like, if Xbox did a showcase today, I would clear my schedule. I've been playing it since keeping up beyond the first week sales. Yeah. So I'll try, guys. I'll try to be here at 5. If you guys don't see me, you guys know what happened. It's because I got busy, chat. I got busy. I still gotta pick up my car in maintenance. I've been on foot since on Wednesday though. I gotta pick up my car on maintenance, chat. I gotta pick up my car. But either way though, I'll try my best. If not, you know, there's Plume, there's Demo, there's Power Boss. There's a lot of people out there who'll probably be streaming it, you know, just for the heck of it. Yo, Lou, you have a great show, my brother. We may not always agree on things. It's okay. No, listen, we're not here to agree. We're here to talk and have some fun. That's what we do. People are waiting for the just announced for the first set. The Rubik's Cube. Yeah, I just checked the report over 5 million a few days ago. What do you drive? I picture you drive a tuk-tuk. What's a tuk-tuk? What's that though? Ponies, just much. I hate them. Nah, Pickles, you cannot listen, Pickles. You cannot hate them. Do not hate ponies, just laugh at them. That's all. When they come up with some narratives, just laugh at the narratives they come up with. It's always an excuse just not to do something. But at the same time, though, if you stay quiet, just stay quiet. Don't attack them. They'll come up and say something like, oh, but wait a minute, didn't you say this? Like, for example, I know a pony out there that he's supposed to be the biggest, hugest pony out there is. Like, for example, want to laugh at something? Here, I'll tell you what I laugh at this. He literally says he's a big PlayStation fan. He loves PlayStation. He says hell to Xbox and everything. But the other day, though, Hollow Knight came out. Guess where he bought it, chat? Guess where he bought it? And you know what Lou did? Lou became Demon Lou right there. You know, you guys have never seen Demon Lou? That day, Demon Lou came out. You know, there's a Demon Baylor. You know, what's his name? Is it Baylor? I forgot his name. Demon Baylor? I don't know. But Demon Lou came out that day. And I was like, hold up a minute. When Hollow Knight came out, he bought it for his Steam Deck. And I said, hold up a minute. Hold on, Bobby. Wait a second, Bobby. Why didn't you buy this game on PlayStation, though? And they said, well, you know, this game right here, you know, on the Steam Deck, it works fine, though. It's good, you know, and since I carry the Steam Deck ever, but wait, you bought the game on Steam, though. Why don't you give PlayStation the money, though? Why don't you give money? Why didn't you give it to PlayStation the money, though? And they say, well, you know, hey, you know, this type of games are better be played here. So you gave the money to Steam, though. Jesus. Matata Toto 9805 with NA. What is ARS though? Hold on a second. I gotta look for what ARS is. Try to help me out what ARS is. ARS money. What is ARS? Hold on. Before I get it. So, oh, Argentine peso. Oh man, you're from Argentina. Nice, man. With 100 Argentina peso, he says the fear she has of the phrase exclusive games is unbelievable. She has to resort to mental gymnastics, talking about exclusive content, exclusive service instead, just to avoid saying it. But here's the thing, though. She was loud and clear on what she's going to do with that. But again, the interviewer asked her a question, Matata. They asked her a question, and I love how she was clear about it. And she said, look, there are some games as a second publisher we're going to have to do this, but we're going to take a look at what games are going to be exclusive, though. Which was key, though. But at least we know we're going to get some games exclusives back, though. We're going to get them, my friends. I know we're going to get them. So we just got to, like I said, we just have to wait for that 100 days to go by. We're going to have to wait for that reset to come by so we can know what is going to go down. And the funny thing is, she's going to tell us what's going to come down. Because that's what's good about her. She's out there telling you, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, and I'm doing that. And that's a good thing that she does that, though. She communicates us with the information, not unlike PlayStation, that we had to wait till Little Schreier, or we had to wait to Dring, or we have to wait to this dude to say, you know, PlayStation said we're pulling away from PC. So yeah, we just have to wait, though. We have to wait. And thanks for that super chat, my friend. Just 2 more days, the best showcase in gaming. Yep. Yes, sir, I heard so much glazing of the God of Cube over on Mood Show. They were glazing on it? Wow. I gotta say, though, hey, chat, listen. Chat, look. I mean, bro, that cube could do some cool stuff. That cube could turn into Gumby. And if it turns into Gumby, automatically that game for me will become Game of the Year. I'm not kidding you. I better see Gumby in that game. Because I believe that cube will turn into Gumby, my friends. I'm not kidding you. Could be Gumby, though. I mean, even though his name is Frank, though, but we can call him Gumby. I'll be live on YouTube 3 to show dev mode. Nice, nice. Good. Go for it, man. Go for it. Show it. Show everybody what that console baby can do. Gears E-Day is probably coming out in 100 days along with Halo. We already know they're probably going to get Forza Horizon 6 as well. Forza Horizon 6 already announced for PS5, just doesn't have a date yet. Yeah, and she could probably, go ahead and extend that just for the hell of it too. She can do whatever she wants right now. She can do whatever she wants. Frank is a wild name. Why the hell you gotta call him Frank though? Why don't we call him Frank Dioso or that name I just read from Argentina or Matata Toto? I mean, that's a cool name. Why don't we call him Matata Toto? Be like, hey, Matata Toto, what's up? Let's go kick some ass, But Frank though, it's like the bird named Bobby. Imagine the Rubik's Cube being called Bobby though, or Frank K. Oh yeah, Frank K. State of Decay 3 is going because that's another one though. State of Decay is still exclusive to Xbox though. Well, semi-exclusive because it's on PC too. Or Bobby the Cube, yeah. Nah, we can't choose Bobby for the name of that cube because then I'm gonna have to sue Sony for the name Bobby. Frank of War. Did she really? What? That's something I don't understand though. Why does she always need to go out there and say, "Ooh, I wrote this right here"? Huh? You're the loser if you don't think Power was irrelevant. Power was an ass kicker out there. When the show starts Sunday, I better not see Asha talking about Xbox One. Is getting on. I'm tired of hearing it. Nah, she won't talk about it because that show is not going to be about that though, Safo. Look, remember this interview right here with Bloomberg. It was the tech interview. So let me go look first. So I can specify what it's about though. To be in general though. What was the Bloomberg tech about yesterday? So I'm gonna Google this up. So here, Saf, I'll explain to you what this is though. The Bloomberg Tech Summit in San Francisco centered heavily on the current AI boom, shifting foundational infrastructure built into real-world productivity and business integration. Key topics of AI model upscaling, semiconductors. So that's why Microsoft was invited in there, and she said what she had to say because that's what the Bloomberg technology section was for. That was it. Just to hear like what's going on with Xbox. And like I said though, she said what she had to say, and at least she was loud and clear about it. And so as a show, it's not gonna happen. But what if GTA 6 makes an appearance at the Xbox Showcase on Sunday? That will be wild, man. I'll be wilding out there. I'll be laughing though. Pickle says, Louis, you will be rich. I hope so, man. I hope I hope one day that does happen, my friends. I really do. Money is a subject for everyone these days. That's why, like I always say, when I see these channels doing what they do, like, oh man, let's get this man over here. Oh man, let's get this man over there. Oh man, let's do this, let's do that. I'm like, bro, why can't you do it yourself though? I mean, you work, save your money. Why do you have to take money's fans, to do this stuff? I mean, come on, man. Or at least get it from YouTube ads, or if you go 2,000 views, ain't gonna cover it like for every episode. But shoot, something is something though. I mean, you can literally sit down and work out a plan and say, okay, let me take $20 away, put it to the side. Because the funny thing is, this thing happens every year. All you gotta do is sit down and plan it. Sit down and plan it and say, okay, let me put some money way over here, put some money way over there, put some money here, there, right there. That's it. Do that. And if you need a little extra, let's say you don't hit the mark though, then I don't know, get something else. Go Uber driving or sell a pizza, because damn. I find a fresh breath of air that for once, case by case, about opposite issues for Xbox instead of maybe multiplayer. It's maybe this exclusive interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting thing though. No, Windows lobby hardened to AI. The Windows AI focuses entirely on AI. AI open claw. Xbox technology didn't need to be there. But you know how Satya was though. You know how Satya was with that, though. He tried to push it to be there, and that what it did was make people mad, though. Yeah. So let's see, though. Yeah, so in demand, the top 50 most played games on any platform. I expect more from a game with 40 plus million sales. What are you talking about? Forza? I'm lost there. You know, it's not going to happen, okay. But man, no, and so if that really does happen, though, we're gonna have a fun conversation with that, though. Like I said, it's gonna be wow. We're gonna be like, well, wait a minute, didn't Sony have the marketing rights to it? The Xbox moving forward, that is, yep. The Xbox is gonna move forward, and it's going to be good. So, Power Boss, look, I got an extra 20 minutes. If you want to hop in the conversation, you can. If you can, my brother, you know, I got an extra 20 minutes because at 11:10. You know, I was going to do 2 hours show today because I got to hop out in order for me to be here on time. I got to hop out at 11:10, order that Uber, and get the fuck out of here and do what I got to do. Active right now is usually like 10% of likely monthly active users, so you can multiply any active, playing 6, 7 to get the MAUs. Oh, talking about Power. Oh, Power World. Oh, man, Power World, man. Oof, mad respect to Power World, though. I mean, let me tell you something. Those guys, no matter what, they took a big leap. I mean, bro, to get a game that looks like a Pokemon game out there and become this popular, I'm happy they did that leap, though. That's the things that I love to see when people take leaps and are not afraid to do it, though. Project Zomboid is a staple. Same with RimWorld. I'm good, thanks, though. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome, Power Boss. You're welcome. And I'm just saying, though, sorry I didn't get you on earlier, but, the thing was, you know, I had to get my ideas out. But I'll get you in the next time, Power Boss. I'll get you in the next time, man. Get you in the next time, though. I had to get all my ideas out, you know, and, you know, I just had to talk this whole conversation because I had so much to talk about from this interview. It was just too fantastic, too beautiful. Too fantastic, too beautiful. And I was happy Asha came out and addressed some stuff. Platform's about to come out, and they're pushing about 6 more games, too. I expect to see a new game from Blizzard at the showcase. I expect that, too. Chat, what do you expect from the Xbox Showcase? Let's see. Let's try to hype it up a little bit. What do you expect to see, though? But remember, even though we say this, let's not get too crazy about it, though, because you know it might not come true. But you know it's always fun to bring it up, though. It's okay. Like I said, I was laughing. My name is. Oh, okay. It's gonna be on there, man. It's gonna be on there. I know you guys want to see the Blizzard game. There's going to be... Oh, yeah, we still got a BlizzCon, though. Damn. We still got a BlizzCon. Damn. I'll tell you what I want to see, though, chat. You ready? I'll tell you what I want to see, though, chat. Hold on. I'm going to do this live. Yeah, I'll do this live. This is what I want to see, though. Look. Says Matthew Ball. Oh man! Oh, Chad, I'm so sorry. These exercises, you know, I'm dealing with that stuff. So it's Matthew Ball. Said something yesterday. Hello, camera, follow me. Hello. All right. Hey. What's that dude's name that was out there on Twitter pointing out that I got a PS5? Hey, I took the box out. Here you go, clip it. Clip it. Have fun clipping this. Yeah, since you like to clip, you know, and go out there and say all the fun stuff. But hey, you know how I'm talking about, Pickles, your best friend. So, since Matthew Ball came out, right, and showed us Halo, this is what I want to see, though. Come on, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. All right. This is what I see, Matthew Ball. So, real quick, right? This is what I see for the trailer. So that's the PS5 box, though. Y'all remember the Terminator 2 scene? When you see the skull on the ground, I want to see Master Chief do this. Slam that MFer down there. That's all I want to see, and break the PS5 in pieces. Or, how about this, though? Just to make it more funny, though. How about this? Kick it out the way. Yes. I hope they do that, though. I seriously hope they do that. That would be some funny shit to see. Yep. And us will be excited to see, be like, oh shit, console wars are back. Man, get the hell out of the way. Get that shit out of the freaking way, man. Shit. Dang. Big ass box. Oh wow, it's a PS5. Oh man. You know who clipped me? What's his name? Pickles, your best friend, Pickles. It's Pickles' best friend that, you know, we had to get him out of here because he was stalking Pickles' PlayStation profile. And he was literally pointing fingers at Pickles for everything he did though. That's what I want to see though. Louis, look like the clown from Spawn before he puts on the makeup. Hey man. Hey man. I'm the violator. You gonna get the foam out again, Louis? Nah, we don't have the PS5 here these days. Sorry. Sorry. Mr. Din, there you go. Mr. Din was the one who clipped me. Thank you for that, Mr. Din. Yep. Tim, so is that true? Did my PS5 Pro better? No, the PS5 is not in. There's an empty box. The box is already broken. That's why, you know, I did what I did though. If the box was still like a better tack though, you know, yeah. You know, but yeah. But I want to see Master G do that. Can you imagine Master G does that though? Like he steps on it or kicks the damn thing all over the place. Like, nope, it's not coming to PS5. Oh shit, that would literally break the internet right there. Pickles, your arch nemesis, Mr. Dent? Yes, it is. I'm not kidding you. He came at me out there on Twitter and said, because of this dude, I'm not part of the show. I'm like, you're not part of the show because you need to chill out. I mean, you're stalking people's accounts though. I think I've seen that Mr. Ding guy before in Xbox podcast. Yeah, he was here. He used to be here, and he used to tell Pickles like, "Oh, I saw you playing over here. What's wrong with Pickles playing PlayStation?" I got a PS5. Thing is, I don't use it though. And he thought, and literally, he grabbed. Y'all remember the other day? It was Monday. Remember Monday? I had the PlayStation box sitting on the chair when I started the show. I did that on purpose though, because you know the logos are making people mad. So I grabbed the box and threw it and said, get the hell out of this thing. So he clipped it and he put it out to say, oh, you got a PS5. I'm like, I have never denied I had a PS5. That was so funny. That was so funny. I have never said I did not have a PS5. It's my money. Shoot. Oh, no, it's not in there, Safo. Look. Here, I'll show you. It's not in there. It's not in there. This box is clean. See, it's not in there. PS5's not in there. It's clean. Nothing in the box. Yeah, there's nothing in the box. There you go. See? I just threw the box, that's all. See? Right there. Nothing in there, Chad. It's just the box. But the box was already broken, though. It broke over here and everything. That's why I used it as an example, though. Big ass thing. I'm about to throw that shit out. I haven't owned a PS5. That box out that says Louis. Plus, remember Louis gave away his PS5. Damn. I did not give it away. No, that's a lie. Yes, it's a lie. I gotta go pick it up. I forgot to pick it up though. No, guys, I will never listen. One thing I know is because if y'all remember this, back in the day though, there was this one guy who smashed the consoles and you know and it literally took him like 5 minutes to break the PS5 in half. Man, imagine even though I can step on it that hard, it's not gonna break. So it's a hard plastic though. It's gonna take a lot of time though. I can literally jump on it. It's not gonna break though. Cause that dude smashed that thing. He had to grab a pickaxe and shove it into the box in order for it to die. That was back into the pandemic days when he did those videos though. But yeah though, yep. Bobby took a dump of B. Louis' PS5. Yeah, I gave away my PS5 after I got a Series X. I didn't need it anymore. Wow. I would have sold that MF to get the money though, and for me to get subscribe to Game Pass and get more games. But I gotta get it though. Gotta get it though. There was a Blaze 4K guy who sold his PS4 in half. I saw. Oh wow, really? which was 6 weeks after the Series X was sold out at the time. Wow. Wow. Yeah. That thing has egg cartons in there. When I opened this box, I was like, is that an egg carton? I'm not kidding you. It was like an egg carton thing. I was like, that's some ugly ass packaging though. PS cheaps out so bad on the packaging. And seriously, you can tell it's gonna put a lot of things. Yeah, because the Xbox, when you open it up, you got all that foam in it. It looked nice and all this stuff. But this one though, it got a fucking egg carton in there. No joke. And I don't care. Luckily, my PS5 Pro Anniversary Edition has sold that 2K profit. My OG PS5, that box is not gone. It's in bad form from the beginning. Oh, that sucks. You got it in a bad form though. I hate that. I hate when I get a broken box. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. That gets me so mad though. When I see like the box being mishandled, like why did this box so broke? I'm not picking that up. The X from you buy from Costco, I better. I hate when that happens though. That's something that really irritates me when I go grab this box. I'm like, oh man, oh man. The entitled angle of the box is the package is so nice. Yep. I believe the whole literary Banjo-Kazooie collection will show up on the 2027 release. Really? Yeah, he made a bad bet and lost. You really think Banjo-Kazooie might come back though? Look, manhandle box. Yeah, I hate that survey. Seriously. Why you gotta manhandle this damn box? Robert Shaman, something so cheap, the PS6 is coming out with a bubble wrap. Hey, look, listen, chat. No, wait a minute, chat. Look, if it comes out with a bubble wrap though, yo, that's cool. Bubble wraps are cool though. I love bubble wraps. I'm about you all. Bubble wraps are amazing though. Once you get them rubbers, you go pop, 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 and just that sound feels so pleasing. Popping that bubble wrap though. These boxes should have bubble wraps in them. Keep that tradition going. I love when I get that and just go pop, 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 and just pop them bubbles. It feels so good. Service something good. I know. Sarcasm. I got it. One of these guys, Asha hired on has been vocal about Banjo-Kazooie come back. Nice. They both have Easter eggs on Forza. Ooh. Yes, they are, huh, Pickles? Why do they do that though? Like you pop them bubbles like it feels so good in your hands. You're like, yes, it feels beautiful. Rose laughing over here. What do you got? Chat, a question. Who's been playing Forza Horizon though? Like, who's been like really digging the game though? What is the fastest car you guys got in Forza though? Fastest car you got in Forza. Clip this. With the original voice, yeah, the game was second one. First one was way better than Mario 64. Yeah. But did not sell that crazy though. I'm having trouble with Forza Horizon 6 finding out one last car meet. Really? Damn, on Forza Horizon 6 I bought the Halo Warthog truck. Yeah, I saw that though. That thing cost like $825,000 though. I gotta race a lot though. Hey, I gotta do a lot of racing, my friends. Just waiting to drop more in third-party stores. 860 to 1,000 gamers scoring Forza. Okay, I got a question though, too. Do you find this Forza way more fun than the last Forza? How do you like comparing it? I played it, but only so little so far. Fast, I think is 170-ish. Really? The fastest car I got goes up to 220, I think it is. I got a suit up Supra though. That fucking Supra don't mess around. When that shit goes into driving gear, man, that motherfucker. Is the Jesco? What's the Jesco though? Isn't the Jesco the 3-wheel BMW, the smart one? You unlock the Halo truck for free? Nice. Absolutely, hell yes. The Forza is way easier than Forza Horizon 5, 2 hours, and I've been almost all the... Oh, nice. The GT drag racing. Oh, that drag racing thing is oh my god, it's hard though. That look break last Force only played a little bit. I got an S1 Supra, nice. So I got a 1998 Supra, the one that has the 2 turbos in it or 1 turbo in it, and I suited that hammer. I said, let's suit this up. Now here's the problem with that car though. My car does not turn. It just doesn't turn. I'm like, why the hell don't you turn that? You have good wheels, the handling is at 6.0, 6.2, but the car does not turn. The damn car goes so fast, it can't turn. I'm like, bro, you need to chill. I was like, car, you need to chill out. Stop going so fast. Motherfuckers are like, whoa. And if you take a turn on that and try to, dragging it, oh my God, it just hits everything right there. It's from Jesco is the production car on the Lifeline, around 200. Oh, okay. Did not know about that. It's more for drag racing. Yeah, that Supra's more for drag racing. Yeah. Yeah, remember, Louis, Supras are for more Fast and the Furious type style. Yes, remember, it beat a Dodge Charger back in the day, with 800 horsepower. So, yes, we got to look at that Supra as that, though. I'm still trying the 68 Forza Mustang. Oh, nice. I hate that I suck in drifting, but I don't feel. But that just doesn't feel natural to me. Here, I'll tell you a trip out drifting though. So what I did was I started practice though. So look, you want to get better at drifting? Practice. Grab a I'll tell you what's a good car for drifting. I don't know if you ever got the Mitsubishi Lancer. I think it's a 2001 or 2000. I don't remember which one. Evolution. So with the 2000, don't what's it called? Don't stock it up yet. And start pressing A. Press A, drag a little bit to the left, drag a little bit to the right, just drag until you get accustomed to it. And then you start doing not drag drift, sorry. Then you have to do then you start doing a little bit of harder drifts until you get accustomed to it. So that's what I did though. So that's, in order for me to learn the drift racing, I started to press the A, drip, and just practice all the time. Curves, practice. Get that woo, because remember, with drifting, you don't have to go fast. You just got to have the precise timing to do the good drift. And, have the wheelbase looking at the right way, though. You can tap the button. Yeah, you can tap the button, but all you got to do is tap it. And then little by little, you start to learn how to move the car side by side and get to this perfection, though. You think Clutch will actually challenge Forza for the best racing against this? Hey, look, I'll be honest with you. Cool. I hope it does. But they gotta steer away to saying that it's gonna be the Forza killer. Steer away from that, because then people who will play it be like, nah, this is not a Forza killer. You gotta just have it as your own game, as your own racing game, and be like, okay, this is Clutch, this is the game. Have fun. Period. And let people judge it by that. Get back on gas. Yep, that's how it is though. You gotta really practice it though. You gotta really practice it. It takes some time though. That's why I've been finding some 90-degree turns to practice my drifting Yep. Louis, thanks. I'm at 120 cars. Maybe got that car that drift. I'll practice. Yeah, practice with it, and you'll just take some time and practice. Don't get frustrated, because trust me, it's a little bit frustrating to do it, but just enjoy it. Just go out there and be like, okay, I'm just gonna drift. I'm just gonna learn how to drift, and just drift till you get it perfect. It takes some time though. It took me like an hour and a half or two to try to actually get it though. The opponents will cap for Clutch like it's exclusive. I don't cap for that though. Taylor Sprinter is the quickest car. Really? Wow. That's the game. Yep, that's the game. Clutch seems to be more cutscenes and car customization than gameplay. But I like, what I like about the story behind that game is that during the day you're a professional racer, and at night you go out there and cruise, you go out there and compete, you go out there and sit up your cars, get them neat, let's go out there and kick some ass. I love that. I love that idea though, that it has two stories. It's not like Forza where you just ride around, oh, festival, okay, let's go, oh, this and that. But at least in Forza, we have an arch enemy named Bowie Knife. Yep. I need one speed zone in a certain region for the achievements. So hard for me because the corners swinging off a bridge. Damn. Did the crew kill Forza? What's that? I don't know what that game is. No, I'm just kidding. No, it did not kill Forza. It didn't. You don't want to compare yourself to another game. If you're wrong, people will let you know. Co-Violet Dev said it was a spiritual successor to Dino Crisis, then got mad when people compared that. What? They actually said it was a spiritual successor to Dino Crisis? Oh my God. They actually said it was a successor to Dino Crisis. So these dudes thought they had the Capcom flow in him. Damn. I'm trying with our tight cars. Crew and Trash Trap were supposed to be killing off Forza and didn't go as planned. No. Boomstick is one of my friend lists, and that guy has the easiest time on my entire list to beat. Laugh out loud. I got into a car accident because of water planning, so it just feels really weird to go drifting even in a video game. Really? That's terrible. After water, off of water planning. Wow. Really weird to go drifting even in a video game, though. I get you. Sometimes we have like some things happen to us in real life, and like, you know. What did they say about Quantum Error was the successor for? CPR. Yeah. It was the successor to CPR. Yeah, CPR. Yeah. I would love a motorcycle update, though, and Speed Racer one. You know what I would love, though? I would love a Road Rash game. But a really good Road Rash game, though. That's what I would love, though. I would like a really good Road Rash game. I would like that game to come back, though. You guys remember Road Rash? Beat up people. I know they like went to like 3D and stuff like that and kind of messed up with the things, but I wish we had back a really good Road Rash game that you're riding around the motorcycle with the light pump. Just be that was so much fun though. Oh man, I love that. I love that pipe sound when you had the pipe like doo, doo, doo. It was so satisfying, chat. It was so satisfying. And I know, like, what's it called? These guys did a cool game. What's that game called that they did? You know, the bicycles and all that stuff in there. What was that game called? I know these guys did it, and it was pretty fun though. But I really like what was that? What was that game called back in the PS1 days? That game should come back though. It had that lady say more money, more money, more money. Yeah, it was a bad like videos and stuff like that about that lady though. What's that game called? Let me see. More money. Okay. Let me see. PS1 games that had skating, skateboards. I think it was called lounging. Something like that. I forgot the name. Hold on, I'll tell you which one it is. Grand Center Skater, I think it was called 3 Mountain Biking. Skating, skateboarding, mountain biking. Was it 3 Extreme? Let me see. Was it 3 Extreme? 3 Extreme. No, it was not that one though. No, it was not. Was it that one? Was it that one though? It only had 3 things. That was not it. I think it was called Extreme Game or something like that. There you go. Found it. It was ESPN Extreme Games. That game came out in 1995, guys. 1995 that game came out. It had rollerblading, street luge, and mountain biking. Oh, it had skateboarding, rollerblading, street luge, and mountain biking. That game was awesome. Salon Park City, players can kick, punch opponents while trying to obtain cash and attain. Yeah, you can kick, punch people all over the place. That was a good game. It's me, the broke boy Lewis with a $2 super. He says, I threw the call file article in the Jan Discord. All right, let's go get it. No way they did not say. Ah, man, seriously, come on, man, come on. Don't be. Yo. Yeah, that was. Remember that? That game needs to come back though. It does. It does need to come back. That game needs to come back. Now that lady say more money, more money, more money. Yeah, and you're like, no, It was some bad acting though. Some bad. They had the boy. Man, y'all remember that back in the day from video games? The bad acting though. It was horrible. It was horrible though. But nothing ever beats though the Resident Evil 1 intro though. Chris Redfield. What was the name? Albert Wesker. You seem like put on the glasses like. Jill Valentine. You're like, psh, loading up the weapon, put in a holster. Oh man, back in the day stuff, man. Oh man, kind of funny though. That came. I think that those things came by the what's that console called? There was a Sega Genesis and a Sega CD, right? Sega CD. Where you got to see those videos, you know, those clippings from those videos, man. Oh, man. Oh, this is god awful, though. Bad actors, bad actors. But hey, I gotta say, those bad actors really made the game fun, though. Let's go see, though. Go to General Discord, Lou. Let's go grab that article. Go grab that article. Cold Violet. Yeah. All right, here we go. Visit site. Oh, no. Gaming Social Club. Team Kill Media announces Dino Crisis spiritual successor, Cold Violet. Why do you have to use that? The gaming community has been clamoring for years for Dino Crisis and it's finally here, kind of. The game behind PlayStation exclusive Quantum Error. This is why your games get killed, you dumbasses. Because you cannot say stuff like that. You can't. You guys gotta learn when to say things the right way. But not like that. How in the blue hell was this gonna be a spiritual successor to Dino Crisis though? And especially facing the beast Capcom. I mean, no joke. Seriously. Silent Hill got destroyed by Resident Evil. It did. And luckily they never came out and said this is going to be the Resident Evil killer. Thank God. I hope they didn't. I mean, I remember back in the day they said that. But yes. It got killed by that. And then you got all these other games that is kind of hard, you know, to beat Resident Evil. Resident Evil is a tough game. There's people who have tried this out several times. Dead Space tried it out, and Dead Space did not even kill Resident Evil either. That was Resident Evil in space. But you coming out here and saying this is going to be the spiritual successor of Dino Crisis? Seriously? This is why your games get broken. That's stupid. Do not say that. Don't, because people sit there and compare. This ain't like that. I mean, imagine yourself if Tomb Raider came out, Tomb Raider, right? Tomb Raider came out and to be like, hey, yo, look, my game is better than Dino Crisis. Because it's got dinosaurs. They never said that, though. Cold Violet is dead. Yeah, it's dead, yeah. You're right, though. Nobody talks about that game. I hate when they say Cold Veronica was a PS2 game. No. Wait, who says that? That is the biggest lie out there. Who in the blue hell says that Code Veronica was a PS2 game? That game came out in freaking Dreamcast first. So here we go, alright? Yes, Code Veronica was released on Sega Dreamcast first. It debuted in Japan on February 3, blah, 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 blah. Resident Evil game was released on a known Sony console. So it was released on February 3rd, 2000 in Japan. And then it was released February 29th, 2000 in North America. And then it got to PlayStation 2 a year later. The Nintendo GameCube and later to the 360 and PlayStation 3. Yes. That game was a Dreamcast exclusive. 100%. So stop lying. Saying that, you know, this was a PS2 game. Team Killminute was fanboy on Twitter. What they say. What they say, though. Anyone referring to Veronica's PS2 game is low IQ. The people who say Resident Evil 1 came out on PS1 first. Didn't it, though? Hold on a second. Where did the first Resident Evil... Okay, now I'm confused there. But Resident Evil 1, I'm confused, though. No. You bet you're wrong here. It says here, first Resident Evil was developed by Capcom, originally released in Japan as Biohazard. It made its first wide debut on PlayStation 1 on March 22. When did it come out to Saturn, though? When did Resident Evil 1 come out to Saturn? It came out a year later to Sega Saturn. So Resident Evil 1 first debut was on PlayStation, though. The first one. The very first one. Very first one. And then Saturn, it was a year later. Tomb Raider. Just like Tomb Raider, no. But Tomb Raider came out on PS1 first. Back in the OG days. Tomb Raider came out on the PS1, though. Because remember, during the time Tomb Raider came out, it was... Hold on. Let me check something out. I'm kind of confused, though. I'm a little bit confused with the timelines. Hold on. When did the first Tomb Raider came out? Let me go see. I think it came out on PlayStation first and Sega. I think they came out together, though. Oh, okay, no. You're right. The first Tomb Raider was released in 1986 and made its debut October 25th for the Sega Saturn, followed shortly by release on MS-DOS and PlayStation. So you're right about the Tomb Raider, though. Tomb Raider was released on Sega Saturn first. I did not know that, though, because I remember I was reading through the Game Pro magazines and I saw this lady, but I remember I did not see the Sega Saturn. I remember I saw the PlayStation one. Maybe when Lou here, Dominican Republic, though. Lou here in Dominican Republic, received late stuff. Resident Evil was PS, but Code Veronica was DC exclusive. Yes, sir, 100%. Code Veronica, the first Resident Evil game, was a Dreamcast exclusive. Yep, 100%. What did Till King Kill Media say, Power Boss? What are they fanboying about? Let's go see what these guys are about. Speaking of which, I caught up a little bit on the conflict that is going out there. Since you guys are talking about Team Kill Media. As development code, I see they're very exciting. Epic Games has teased Unreal 6. Oh, that's it. Oh, they're on fanboy for quite some time, though. They've been quiet, though. Woohoo! Oh, hitting on Xbox? Oh, they always hitting on Xbox. I mean, look, even it's so funny though, chat. It's so funny. Y'all want to see a picture right here? I'm gonna show y'all a picture right here. I'm gonna show y'all a picture I have right here. You ready for this, chat? You ready for this, chat? You're ready for this, chat? Watch this. You ready? You ready for this? Where is it? Guess who's Steam Deck verified? Says right here, no rest for the wicked. Platinum, deck verified, status verified. So you can play this game on the Steam Deck. No rest for the wicked, but hey, you're having trouble with the Series S. The problem you're having with the Series S is your ass, asshole. I know that though. Team Kill Media used to console wars for selling Quantum Error and then used platform wars to sell Code Violet. This is the only studio that has actually won their games to fail every time. That's gonna be the way though. You know what's so funny, bro boy? They go out there and they try to console war, yet I don't know what the console war with because they don't even have a game though. They don't. I don't know what the fuck that is though because that ain't a game though. What they have is a broken ass thing. That's it. I got PSO 6 months early because the copy leaked and someone burned it for me. Oh. At studio, yeah, that they are. PSO was something else. If I was still in school, I would have flunked. Laugh out luck, they had a job. Laugh out, same Warcraft, I guess. Mind the game, they apparently don't want my money. No, they don't. Mag is a pony, though? You really think Mag is a pony? Moon Studios, a dev or an RFGW has a beef with MS Xbox since they kicked his ass to the curb and cut his due to hostile workplace environment allegations. Yep. And here's the funny part, though. He gets upset when I say something bad about PlayStation? Really? I wonder if he'll get upset with me, though. I mean, I just stomped on the box and kicked the box, and then I threw the box away, though, so yeah. I mean, what's he gonna do? He's gonna come over to me like, Lou, that is so wrong. Why did you do that? I used that as an example, though. It's console wars. What's wrong with that, though? I mean, it's not in the box, though, and the box was already broken, though, so nothing wrong with that. I stopped with Jez, said on my Mac, but thought Jez was funnier next to Cole. Oh, man. Bro boy. I forgot to mention that. Thank you for bringing that up, bro boy. Bro boy, I went to see Masters of the Universe yesterday. Last night, too. I want to see it. The bad thing is, I saw the 40X chairs, man. Let me tell you something. Man, look. I ain't watching the movie back again in 40X though. I was eating popcorn. The popcorn in my belly was going like literally I was hopping all over the place. I felt like I was working out though, watching that He-Man movie in 40X. But man, that movie is awesome. I gotta say though, 100%, Jared Leto, work on voiceovers. Do not work on movies. Do voiceovers. That's I mean, go there and just be the voice. That's it. Do not act. Just be the voice. You do better voice acting than freaking going out there and doing movies, though. It was good. Wow. I had fun with that movie. It was hilarious. Non-stop laughing. Man, it was great. I loved He-Man. I'm going to see Scary Movie 6 this weekend for He-Man. I got the popcorn bucket and Skeletor's throne and cup 10 and the cup. I hate you. Couldn't get none of that here. Damn it. I was shopping for the sword yesterday on Amazon though. I want to buy the sword. I want to put the He-Man sword on my wall though. Can you imagine Xbox and have the He-Man sword beneath? Oh yeah. I should do that. You know what? Buying the sword. I'm going to get the He-Man sword and I'll put it right under the Xbox logo. So it can say I have the power though. Man, that movie was so good, man. It was so good and funny as hell. Funny as hell though. It was funny. I'm going to see Scary Movie 6 this weekend for He-Man. I'm going to popcorn bucket from Skeletor's Throne. Okay, I hate that they do that stuff though. I spent $9 on all that. Really? Wow. Wow. Oh shit, chat. Whoops. I went 20 minutes over the line though. Oh well, I'll hang on a little bit more then. I did the same for Mortal Kombat 2. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. We don't have that stuff here. I wish we did though. But probably because of that though. Can you imagine going to the movie theater and spending 5,000 pesos? Oh shit. Get my butt kicked right there, man. For movie though stuff. But it's movie props though. Nate the Hayes set predicts that Gears of War E-Day will release in early October. He also believes that it'll announce multiplayer beta for this summer. Additionally, he clarifies no reason to doubt that E-Day will eventually come to PlayStation 5. So, I'll say this again, chat. I'll say this again with love and care. Anything that happens this Sunday, cool. I won't be mad. I won't be furious. Now that 100-day reset though, I better see the changes, my friend. That you're promising us. But me, I'm not gonna predict this stuff. I'm not gonna predict nothing. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, this game's going over there. Nothing. I just want to see the games. I don't care anymore. I just want to see the games and see what's cooking. So yes, because I work at a video game store as a teenager. We got imports for any game. Nice. You forgive you, Louis. Might as well you stay on now. Oh, damn. Yes, because I work on. Let me see. Recently, man called. I haven't been as annoying since Ashek's been back, but for a while, those two and like guys. Such. Oh, really? Oh man, Chad. I'm sorry that they're mistreating you guys like that. I'm sorry to hear that, though. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry, Chad. I'm sorry. You know, I try to do my best. You know, I try to do my best not to like make fun of like this people like that. You know, trying to do my best though. Barbarians need to come back in gaming. Barbarians. The Neo Geo had the arcade board and cartridge, expensive back in the day. Man, Neo Geo is expensive anything, Mo. You want to buy a Neo Geo? It's like a $800 box though. Shit, that's expensive as hell. C64 game, love that game. It's actually, let me see. What's the war between C Money and Dirt Sean? Makes no. Go, look. I was on Dirt Show yesterday, and I heard I mean I was not on the show. I was listening to him talk about the situation that went down. C Money took a jab at him because C Money says I have 1.9 videos made. I'm at 50K. And you have this much, and you're doing this, you're doing that. And look, listen. I don't care. And I always say this about everyone. I don't care how you got what you got. I don't care about that. I don't care if you really grown. I mean, seriously, the only thing I really care about is the hustle. And you got to respect everyone's hustle. You can have 100K, 300K, you can have 1 million, you can have 2 million, you can be a big ass YouTuber, but you gotta respect everyone's hustle. And taking a jab like that, you know, don't be taking jabs like that. I mean, look, we cannot agree on opinions. Like, you know, when I talked about C Money's opinion about him saying the situation between that, you know, that it's worse if they don't show the logos and all this stuff. But look, you gotta sit down and understand what people mean by that. And I did not agree with your opinion, but I didn't go out there and bash you about it. I just said the main point about this is that, oh, you want to be clipped on YouTube? Well, listen, you're on YouTube. No matter what you do, you're going to be clipped. I mean, if you're going to be showing your face and showing yourself out there, you could be clipped no matter what you say, though. And the main thing is, and I got to say something, though. I hope these guys in the back, they wanted to sit down and fix this because, you know, you don't need to fight this out here, guys. But right now what we need to do is, you know, be more together. And what I mean by be more together is we need to be a full crew. We need to be, you know, something that we can talk to each other and try to push the positive in the Xbox narrative up front. But, you know, yeah, you can attack an argument because, look, I don't agree with a lot of things Reforce says. I don't agree with Dreamcast guy. I don't agree with what Porter Rock says. I don't agree with what a bunch of these dudes go out there and say. But at the end of the day, though, one thing I always say and I respect is the hustle and the channel. You know, I respect that to death because I do that all the time. I sit here every day. I mean, not every day, but for Mondays to Fridays, I sit here and I do these shows, right? And I put a lot of work to it. I got Far Q doing my thumbnails. Like always, I say thank you to him for that. It's always fantastic. He does it for me, which really releases me a lot of stress on doing the thumbnails. And I have to sit here for, you know, for 2 or 3 hours, you know, talking, having a blast, you know, getting the chat going and them enjoying the show, seeing 50 people on here, stuff like that. You know, it's always, it's beautiful to see that you got people that hop in here, you know, watch you. But you, like I said, though, that's the hustle. And that's what I respect. Because, look, Reforge can do his PlayStation content. Dreamcast guy can say Xbox that all he wants. I'll make fun of that. But that's his opinion, though. That's it. Nothing else. Was all warranted and see money. Just didn't throw shots at Sean. He took shots at Dirt too. Yeah, you shouldn't have, like, look, if Sean threw something at you, I mean, you don't have to go and fight Sean. All you gotta say, Sean, look, it's just an opinion, you know, that's it. And if you didn't, I'm sorry though. But yeah, don't be taking shots at each other, guys. You know, try to find a way to make it peaceful out there, guys. You guys, we are all Xbox content creators. Try to find a way to make it peaceful, man. Come on. Come on, guys. Is Christy acting all high and mighty on your channel when you're buying? Wow. That's the area I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what they do, though. I mean, it's cool. If I'm not accusing anyone of nothing, because I'm not the guy who's going to accuse people out there. All I know is the thing I respect is the hustle, and you got to respect other people's hustle. That's all. Respect other people's hustle. I'm sorry if someone took shots at me. I'm defending myself. I get that. Look, I get that. But the thing is that, the thing is, though, there's easier ways to solve these situations, though. And look, I'll say this much. I know some people find me annoying. I've heard that. No joke. I've heard that, you know, some people find me annoying. I've heard some people say, you know, I'm this, I'm that, I'm all this stuff. You know what I say? I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I just keep on going. I just do what I do because, listen, no matter what they say, though, I always say this. I have my fans that says the opposite of it. I have my fans that sit here in the chat that I really enjoy and have fun with them all the time. I have people who jump in here, you know, talk to me all the time, and that's the stuff I love. I love talking to people. That's something that really makes me happy. Seeing the chat jumping in here, talking to me, having some fun, and taking jabs at each other, you know, for what you do on your content stuff, you know, you got to keep away from that, you know. And like I said, find a peaceful way, you know, and try to end this conflict, because at the end of the day, it's not going to do nothing positive. All it's going to do is you're going to have one side complaining, the other side complaining, and the chat's going to get tired and be like, I don't want to hear this complaining. What I want to hear is game talk. You know, let's talk about the games. Let's talk about what we're doing here in Xbox. That's what we want to hear, though. It's just video games, exactly. See what I mean? That's all. Chill out, you know. Satya fucked up this generation for Xbox. He knows that he's not in the limelight as much. He messed up. He even messed up Windows. He got some people mad over there at Windows too. He messed up a lot of stuff with all this AI stuff, and I'm glad he's sitting back there and letting people work. It's crazy how high and mighty acting. If it get out of control because people wanted some exclusives back and other people wanted panic. The Game Pass will go away and all these studios will close and all the seas will boil. But you guys heard my opinion about it. And I said, I don't know why they're talking about this. And it's just an opinion talk. But did you see me go out there and said, you know, F this dude or F that dude or F whoever? You never see me say that, though. What I said was, look, that idea is effed up, period. You know? It's like that one time, you know, when one mistake that happened, though. Alex, recently has been like agnostic, that's why. Some died drugs, I don't know. I know people who had mood changes, man, from those. Oh man, I have mood changes every day because I'm getting older. But I don't spew it out there with people, though. You just need to find a way, you know, to hold back on stuff, you know. Hold back on it. Don't be fighting out here, guys. You know, find a peaceful way, though. I'm glad I went to PC this generation, though. It's cured the console warrior virus. All the fighting over plastic is goofy, especially if you're a graybeard. Like we call Portal Rock Grandpa out there because he's old. But yeah, guys, I'm sorry you guys had to deal with that stuff in the channel, though. I'm sorry you guys had to deal with that stuff. You know, I don't know, because I don't like that stuff, though. I don't like to see people fight each other out there. I hate it. I hate when I see people fight each other out there. Seriously, it's just Yeah, I hate when look, even though, you know, it's gossip, like sometimes, you know, we might find fun with the gossip, though, but it's getting to a point where it's getting too aggressive, though. Come on, let's just chill out a bit. Let's chill out a bit. I mean, it's like And here's the thing though, and I'm seeing a lot of stuff out there. Like for example, if like Plume said it in a tweet though. Plume said in a tweet, this is basically what Phil Spencer said with Asha Sharma. And you know, it's like now we got a police out here, you know, coming after us because we have an opinion of something we just feel like it was the same though. I mean, come on, man. Yeah, track and field and daily Thompson challenge. I was a UK athlete, just love gaming in general. Nice. I used to do track and field back in the day, and I used to swim a lot. Now I'm into bicycle riding, man. Like every day I need to get on that bicycle. It's like it's a big adrenaline, guys. It's like that thing is sticking in me. Like, go ride your bike. To be fair, this has been the weakest gen all around, but was the most important for Xbox. To be fair, there's been look with all that. I always say something. If we look at last gen and we compare to this gen, right? Last gen, with all the conversations we had. Remember, last gen was all about exclusives. Last gen was all about, you know, power and all that stuff. With this gen, though, we have had power, even though the PS5 Pro came out, but it's okay. We have had power, still have the power. And we have games, and that's something I always say. And not only we have games, we have a really nice service out here called Game Pass that really helps us save money. And so, if you can do all that stuff in one box, I'm happy. And they have done it. So, like I always say, negatives aside though, with Xbox, this generation, all of them had negatives. Nintendo. Even though Nintendo people talk positive about it, but Nintendo, you know, started charging people $10. PlayStation started charging people $10 for next gen upgrades. You know, which I find pathetic because Xbox does it for free. There's some stuff out there that you can find negative on it, but hey, at the end of the day, though, we buy this box to play these games and have fun. And to be honest with this shit, when it comes down to games, we have had plenty of games to talk about, plenty of games to enjoy, and plenty of games, you know, damn. That we're full on. I mean, you got Tim saying he's got a backlog. All of us have backlogs here. I played a ton more games this gen, though it's my recent job. Give me more hours to game. A decade ago, I could not game at all if I wanted to. Wow. There's been some great games between Sony and Xbox. I've had the better games. It's not even close. Third party has been better this generation. Yep, that's true. I always say this. I mean, I'm impressed with how indie games have been this good this gen. And I'm loving the indie games. I'm loving it even more. I'm loving this game, this one, that one. I'm really having fun. Balatro, huge. You got Balatro. You got this. You got, man, it's been beautiful. It's been beautiful, chat. Been beautiful. Been beautiful. So let me go ahead and I gotta check my schedule though, chat. I gotta get some things out of the way though. Asha has had more hands-on. So Satya was trying to push Xbox like Windows, not understanding gamers don't care about Windows, just the games. This is a really good gen. It's just hard to keep up. Yep, that's the truth. It's been hard to keep up. With everything that's going on, it's been hard to keep up. Hard to keep up. Balacho was more crack than Vampire. Man, Vampire was great though. Damn. Damn. So many cool stuff happening this year, we gotta say though. Dave the Diver, amazing game too. Waiting for that DLC though. It's coming soon. But chat, guess what? Listen up. The crazy ones gotta go, chat. I gotta really go pick up my car before this rain comes out. I gotta do an errand, and then you know I gotta do something else. And like I said, though, I'm really try to land here at 5 for the showcase. If I don't come by, chat, seriously, go watch Plume, go watch Demo, go watch all these other fellas out there, all these great content creators gonna stream this showcase, man. And enjoy the showcase if it's actually good. And man, tell me on Discord how is it going to be. Seriously, tell me though. But chat, like always, before the crazy one goes, tell me what you've all been playing, chat. What you've all been playing though. Seriously, who is this? The GOG 7 GHI though. Man, I gotta check that playback though. That dude came in here and said what he said. Oh man, I want to know who he is, though. I want to know who he is. Because I don't know why he bashing my channel like that. At least have the boss to say it's me, Lou. I'm the one who's saying this. Come on, man. Let me check your car thoroughly as your mechanic is a pony. Oh, damn. Hey, it could be, it could be, it could be. Palacho was more. Let me see. I love the gen. People all late. See, next one. Yeah. Like I said, though, it was just a troll, Louis. Yeah, I know it was just a troll, though, but I want to know who it is, though, because that's a guy who has a personal problem with me. And if he has a personal problem with me, better come out and say who he is, though. I mean, have the guts, though. Have the guts and say, it's me, I'm doing it. But doesn't have guts, though. I got too many games out to be bored. I'm just saying that really it hasn't been games that you needed a Series S or PS5. I think that is due to cross-gen lasting way longer. Yep, I'm stuck on FF3. The final boss is insane. I had to grind some levels. Ah, man, the grinding back in the day. Yes. Maximilian with a $20 super chat. I have both an Xbox Series X and PS5. I see the PlayStation exclusives that are coming. We need really good Xbox exclusive games to keep Xbox alive. I move over to PC, and Game Pass Ultimate is awesome on PC. It's awesome everywhere, man. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about Xbox, man. And see, that's the point, though. And you know what's more important, Maximilian? You're saving money. And that's what I always tell my chat all the time. The only thing we got to worry about in life, always, doesn't matter what you're doing, what hobby it is, anything, is protect your wallet. You got to protect that. Even me with motorcycle stuff, I protect my wallet. I already have the gear I'm going to buy when I lose weight. And I have it right there, chat, right there. And you know what the price is on that gear? Almost $2,000. No joke. Almost $2,000 on that gear. And that is a jacket that I'm going to get. The vest for in case I fall, my motorcycle pants, and listen, I already got the boots, though. I already got the helmet. Now comes the important gear when I lose the weight, because that gear is expensive. But once I get it, though, you know what I'm doing? I'm just watching sales. That's all. Okay, I want to see if I can get a sale on this, and if I see this is on sale, I'm ordering it and putting it right here. That's what you got to do. Protect your wallet. Protect it with all the love in the world. Protect it. Xbox is a gaming platform, not a PC. Yes, it has PC elements, but still a game and platform that you should main focus when it comes to Xbox. 100%. Paramount Skydance has announced the formation of Paramount Game Studio. Oh, fuck no. But we're going to talk about that on Monday, bro boy. Because that's a lot of stuff to talk about right there. Let me see how the news comes by. We're going to talk about it. What if your hobby is gambling? That's not a hobby, that's an addiction, though. The difference between hobby and addiction, though. Gambling is an addiction. You gotta get away from that one, though, because that never turns out to be a positive, though. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, though, Chad. I'm just saying. There's so much love. Oh, man. So, such good stuff. I got it tagged here. Oh, let me go to Discord. Sorry about that. Oh, bro, boy, I forgot. I just got into the whole seed money thing and stuff like that. Oh, sorry about that. So, and Dirt and Sean, how they can fix that situation. Masters of the Universe. Oh, that looks so cool. The Skeletor thing, it looks so cool. Oh, man, the Skeletor zone looks so cool. I gotta say, though, there was spot. You know what I like, bro boy, about this, and I gotta say though, is this. They were spot on, bro boy, with the enemies and the good guys. Spot on. The enemies and the good guys, they all look amazing though. They were spot on with that. It looked cool. It looked fantastic. They were really, the only thing that were not spot on was with the evil Lyn though. Really? No. That was the only thing, but yeah, everything was good though. Now we need to get Grimworld in there though. Grimworld I think is gonna come up for the next one because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. You gotta watch the movie though. It's really that good. But they need to get Grimworld in there, which I know he came out. It was like you remember when they were doing like the cartoon things at the end? Like playing guitars and stuff like that. I know I saw a figurine that looked like Grimworld though. I mean we need to get that dude in there. But yeah. Yeah, I those two lines in the end. I find for fist and ram for your fist though. You fist everywhere. Like what? Oh man, that was such a good chat. You guys gotta watch that movie. You gotta watch that movie. Seriously, you gotta watch it. It was just too damn great. But chat, seriously, with all the love in the world. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. Thank you all for super chats. Thank you all for memberships, chat. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. That seriously, chat. You guys are the best. And man, I'm telling you, if I can be here for the summer showcase, I will post it 30 minutes prior. So I gotta run and do all this stuff. They didn't want to say it. So I know. You guys gotta watch it though. Still though, the joke is too funny though. Anything can be an addiction. Knitting can be addiction. Yeah, that's true though. But what I mean by addiction is with gambling though, gambling is a dangerous thing to play though. It's dangerous. Yeah, it's dangerous. Just get your card from the pony. Mine is that. But chat, thank you all for the super chats. Thank you all for memberships. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. I love you guys to death. Seriously, chat, you guys are fantastic. If I don't come out today for the Summer Game Fest on Sunday again, I will be with Plume Gaming on his channel. We're going to watch the show. We're going to have some fun because, you know, he asked me last week and I said, hey, man, let's go. Why not? You know, why not hang out with you? You know, it's been a while since we hang out. So, yeah, why not? Why not? Since he's doing his own thing, I'll be happy to join him. But chat, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, also hit that bell so it can tell you when XBI content comes on. And guys, have a beautiful night, beautiful and awesome Friday. And just in case, enjoy your summer showcase. And as always, I will see you guys on the Xbox in... Can breathe me an addiction. Unless if you're that type of scuba diver, though, that goes down, you know, and try to beat the iron lung thing, I think it's called, that you go into the ocean, try to, you know, go down really deep, you know. I don't know. Could be, though. But yeah, I can see you guys in the Xbox International Podcast 7 p.m. ET when we do come back with Soundball, The Big Plume, and Silent Cypher. And on Fridays, invite me to Don't XPI en Español, which is today with Elvis Silencita and Metal Berserker. And last but not least, good morning with Crazy Lou gave me when I send the signal out over there on Twitter, X, Blue Sky, Discord, and YouTube. And that's why you gotta hit that bell so you can know when the crazy one comes on top what's happening in the gaming news world. Chats. If I don't come back by today, I will see you guys on Monday morning because we're going to talk about the Xbox Showcase on Good Morning with Crazy Lou Gaming. And of course, we're going to talk about the Paramount situation just happened. Bye, y'all. Have an awesome one.